It's on.
We're going?
Yeah, we're going.
Are we going?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
I'm going.
This is so
So
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's going. No one's
Everyone's going.
Yes.
You got a great radio voice, by the way.
You do.
Just want to say that.
You do.
Hell yeah.
Especially with the
Yeah.
headphones.
coming. That's my background.
Have you? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Really.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
cool.
Welcome back. I'm Jess.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Piper.
And with us today, we have a very special guest. We have Rashawn Bass,
Yes, I'm here. Special
Yes.
guest.
the man of the hour.
Hell yeah.
Extra chromosomes, baby.
Yeah. Fill them up.
Yeah, and
Fill 'em up.
there's my cancellation right there.
Aw,
No,
no.
you're
It's okay.
exempt.
I couldn't help it.
Well, you know what? You can always message me after and be like, cut that out. Like,
I don't care. Just leave it in. It's
we're all
whatever.
good. We're all good.
I text her all the time, like, cut out that thing I said.
Now you gotta stand by it because you can't unring that bell. That's one thing I've learned. If you say something, even if you know you shouldn't say it, but you say it anyway,
Right.
even if you apologize, you already heard it.
Yeah.
There's not much I can do about that now.
It's so jaded to like assume everyone has like the worst intentions first.
Yeah.
Before like trying to just see the good in someone and just like look at them, like look in their eyes and be like, are they really like have a bad attitude or like did they have malintent or are they being honest?
Well, that's
are they just being funny?
toxicity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. If someone says something crazy, I'm not like, it depends obviously on what it is, but like I like to think that I can listen to something and not get overly emotional right away. Like I'm definitely open to, you know.
That's very mature
Hearing
of
the
you.
person out.
Yes.
hearing-
See,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I'm not gonna, you know.
I have this thing that's called the Same Energy Initiative, where what you give me, not only are you going to get back, but you're going to get back 5 times as much.
That's
because
so valid.
Yes.
That's just
That's
what it
valid.
is. Like you're not
That's-
gonna come at
yeah.
me crazy because I can show you crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Try me.
Don't. Yeah. Right? Do I have "try me" tattooed on my forehead or something?
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
And like, yeah, people dig in the
he
past.
comes from the fuck around, find out.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I
how I
like
made
that.
it this far in life. You're just fucking around and finding stuff out.
Yeah.
and you've made it far.
You
I would say you've made it far.
Hell
And
yeah.
also, I would say like the line of work you're into. We'll get into that. Like I feel like what you say is probably the least. Like people should, I feel like, not give you a pass, but like you're doing a lot for society and stuff. So I feel like maybe people should like be open to what you do, not just what you say.
So yeah, I've gotten a lot of flack for my sense of humor, for how I present it.
What? Sometimes
because
like you,
people
if you
are
can't-
confused.
If you can't laugh, like
That's the thing. You gotta laugh through the pain. At least that's how I try to do it.
Right.
But I mean, I've gotten a lot of compliments about it. Like,
course,
yeah, I watched
yeah.
your video. It's really entertaining. I laughed a lot. Don't know why, but you know what I mean. But
Yes.
like, that's the thing. It's like I'm giving you a message, and you're able to take it all in instead of turning it off halfway through. That accomplishes
you're putting
nothing.
it in like a palatable way.
Yeah.
So
the
that
best way
way
that I possibly can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not everything in life has to be like,
doom and gloom
this
and
happened and
Yeah.
I'm really sad about it.
And that's the thing. So like I got into it because I fucked around and found out. That's literally what it was. I was watching a lot of like, I don't know if you guys heard of like Pop Squad, Anxiety War, people like that do what I do, but like on YouTube and stuff like that.
Skeeter Jean.
Exactly.
Skeeter
I was gonna
love
ask
Skeeter
you-
Jean.
I was
Great
like-
guy, by the way.
Predator
Favorite
Poachers.
guy.
Predator
I'm sorry.
Poachers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have it's in my list of things like I was gonna ask.
Don't yell at me.
I'm sorry.
You're scaring him.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like
She has.
game over, man. Game over.
But have you met him or you talked to him?
No. I was just gaslighting you. So I saw the look in your face when he mentioned Skeeter Jean. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you could. I feel like you
You
could.
absolutely could.
You know.
Actually, he's the only stuff that I could still watch to this day because, like, after like I was watching a lot of that stuff, and I was like, "There's no way this world is as dark as as they seem." I went in not expecting to find many, and then I found a lot in my area, and it just like turned my stomach sour. And so, like, like I was never intended to do this for YouTube at all.
Right.
Okay. I was one night, let me just go on Scout, whatever. Oh, ugh, Jesus Christ, that's gross. My profile got banned. I'm like, cool. It's over. So after that night, it was November 2018. That was the first time I had a nightmare since I was 6.
Oh God.
Really?
Yeah. So over the course of the next 3 to 5 days, I just kept thinking about it. And I'm just like, this place is awful. Like, this world is dark. Like, okay, like, and I made a pact with myself. Like, I listen, because I was working on a different YouTube channel. It was centered around horror movies and reviews and video essays. That was my stuff. So I made the Minority versus Predator channel as like a backup thing while I'm doing that, right?
Sure.
So I was doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm gonna just get my message out, you know, like, cause like my biggest gripe was when I'm watching these guys, right, doing on YouTube, it's like you don't get the full context of how they got there and what the conversation was like. Because one episode of Pop Squad, he said, you didn't say anything sexual, but you're here. So I'm just like,
well, what was it then?
that's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, well, then what's the context? I mean, granted, an adult meeting a minor online, no matter what, it is a little weird.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's just like, I would love the context. So that's why I did the whole reading through the chat log so you can see how it gets done. And you can see how the child.
Transparency.
You feel your
process.
stomach drop. The more, like, there's one video where it's like, the screen is just like a cell phone screen, and you can see the chat log going. First of all, like, I was cracking up on like the stuff you didn't send to him that you wanted to. There was like, you're fucking disgusting. You're like it was so good. But these people, like, there's no shortage of creeps in this world, and it's just like it's.
And ever since that's when I took off the rose-colored shades.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize how like this stuff runs rampant, and it's much worse than I ever thought.
And it's very close to our area.
Exactly.
It's in our area. It's like it's.
I love how you talked to that one guy from Lacey.
The one that was sitting in the car, or which one?
The one that wanted to buy the 14-year-old the vibrator.
Oh my!
I love that video so much.
That was Sean, I think. Yeah, that was
Faircloth.
Sean. Oh,
Sean Faircloth, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
he pissed me
Are we
off.
allowed to say his
He
name?
pissed me off.
You were like,
Cut it out.
Were you
Fuck you,
raised
Sean.
by a power plant or something?
Yeah, so like I purposefully put a little bit of my personality in my decoys because I can't really suppress the things I truly want to say.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I also take enjoyment.
Oh my god! When you lose your patience,
I
it's
take
the best.
enjoyment in hiding in plain sight because people say you sound nothing like a 14-year-old. Exactly, and yet they're still fucking falling for it.
Yes.
Hello.
Dumbass. Yes.
That means they're
Yes.
stupid.
They're gone. Like, they're gone.
He was like so stupid, and like I felt your pain with like the continuous question marks he kept sending. I was like, what do you mean you don't
Hounding.
understand what that means? Like,
Whether it was him, Hazelton Newman, when he kept saying question. When people say question to me, I get triggered. The question marks I get, triggered. Yeah. I
sick.
Like burning with rage, sitting there.
and it sucks because like my patient level with most people, even in like I just like if you just do one thing, I instantly get triggered. I'm like motherfucker, like it's like PTSD, but you have nothing to do with it. You know, you could just send me like a question mark, and I'm like, oh god, no.
And it could be anyone at this point. It's just like, dude, it's also
I will
hounding.
never use
It's
a
like the
question mark
hounding.
ever again.
yeah, because it's like, how can you be doing what you're doing and still be so stupid? It's just
And that's the point.
Yeah, it's like
It's like you could like I mean I could like I could probably FaceTime them with my real face and they'll still think it's a 14-year-old girl.
But he's like, you look so pretty.
It's like, yeah, thank you. Yeah, my name's Chelsea.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
So the decoy
That's
you
too good.
use, that's a friend of yours?
Yes. So I went through. So, all right, hear me out, right?
Okay.
No. I'm kidding.
Okay.
So the first, it's like so the decoy that I use the most, I think she's like my third or fourth. The other decoys I didn't necessarily get permission from.
Okay.
So the first one, it was this chick that I met online, like off like MySpace many years ago.
Wow.
Good
Yeah.
times.
We're still like Instagram friends. So I was like, oh, you know, she used to send me selfies back in the day that would look very young. So I did take those and I used those. But then, you know, once I started taking it a little bit more serious, that's when I went to her name is Alexi, and it is my friend. She gave me, you know, the consent, and she's to this day she'll send me like pictures on Snapchat like, oh, this might be good, so like I'm covered on that.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm super grateful. Like she is the GOAT, and there's like she is like decoy of the century.
hell yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
dude. Even just to put
I
your
should've
face
asked you
out
to
there
bring
at
her.
all.
I should have asked you to bring her.
She's out and about in the world, just doing her grown woman things, you know.
All right.
Yeah,
for her.
yeah. She's probably actually on vacation in the Ukraine or something. No, because there's a war there.
Yeah.
But she's Ukrainian. She is Ukrainian, so.
Well, we love her. So
Yeah.
Honestly,
work.
that is horrifying.
I love her more.
yeah.
And I'm not going to say her name, but if you're hearing this somehow,
Mm-hmm.
I love you more.
He loves you more.
Aw.
But that's my best friend. Best friends
Awesome.
for. I think I was like 16 when I met her.
Aw.
Yeah, long
That's
time.
awesome.
Long time, and yeah,
Long
she's
time besties.
exactly.
Hell
So
yeah.
It really
I
is so
appreciate
noble
her.
for her to like offer that.
You know, and it was easy too. She was like, because like when I approached her, like she was already watching the channel. I didn't know it because early on, no one knew I did it. That's why I went under the moniker Minnow. I'd never shared it on Facebook. It was just a strictly YouTube thing, and then somehow she found it, little weirdo. And she was like,
Stalker.
"Yeah, right, stalker." She was like, "Yeah, I've been watching. Like, yeah, of course, like I would love to." I was like, "Yo, that's why I fucks with you, girl."
Hell yeah.
So much respect, dude. So much respect.
Yeah.
I want to be someone's decoy.
Because it seems so fun. Like if someone
I mean,
You
but
could.
really, I mean, you got these guys thinking you're like 13, 14, whacking
No, I
it to
can't
you.
pass for that at all.
Well, I'm just
so.
saying, I don't think you want to volunteer
No.
that face for that, you know?
Imagine
I
busting
feel
someone.
like I would wanna.
I mean, I
Just
would
to be
volunteer
like-
Piper.
Fuck around and find out.
Let's put your money where your mouth is, sweetheart.
Fuck around and
Let's
find
go.
out. Piper, right?
yeah.
Pay the Piper.
Yeah. Wonderful name, by the way. Easily the
Thank
best
you.
name in this room right now.
Oh yeah.
I agree. She's.
Do you know the show that was popular in the 90s, Charmed?
Okay, don't sit there and try to like call me old, but yes,
That my mom named me after Piper Halliwell.
that's dope as fuck. That's dope as
And
fuck.
speaking of my mom, she's a huge fan of you.
Oh well, Piper's mom is like bagpipe, and there's Piper. Okay, that was not supposed to be that funny. That was dumb.
Dude, I love stupid shit, dude.
That was really dumb.
It's awesome.
He's the best hype man ever.
Right? It's like, oh shit, okay.
I know.
Wait for my dad
I
jokes to
think I
come
am.
out.
He makes me think like I could do like a Netflix special.
Yeah, right. Pew, pew.
Yeah.
No. Well, Piper's mother, whatever your name might be, thank you. I really
Yes.
appreciate it. You're amazing and you're dope at naming children. Unlike my parents.
Yeah. And mine's just typical 80s name. Like just Jessica.
That's okay.
So
Jessica.
pretentious.
Yeah.
Jessica.
It could have been worse. That could have been like a Laura.
Laura.
Laura Palmer.
You know what? You look like an Alora.
No.
When I think of
well,
Laura, I
Not
think of
gonna lie,
Laura
you do.
Palmer from Twin Peaks.
When
That's
I
what
was
think of.
born, actually, my name was Sarah for like a few hours. And then my uncle threw a fit because he wanted to name his non-existent daughter that yet, which I do have a cousin Sarah now, and I love her so much. But he gave my mom shit, so she's like, fine. So she changed it to Erica, and then my dad's like, I like Jessica, and I was like, I guess.
So,
fuck it.
very funny story about that. My original name was actually Marissa. Yeah.
You were one of. I was gonna be a Zachary.
My
thought I was-
parents didn't. I'm the youngest out of 4. Okay,
Aw.
and whatever. So here's the thing, right? My mom had her tubes tied, and then 10 years later, here I come, and they didn't want to check my gender. So I have 2 older brothers and an older sister.
Yeah, you can't get more surprised.
So she called my dad, says, "Hey Larry, I'm pregnant. Want to keep it?" He goes, "Sure." You mean to tell me if Dad was having a bad day at work, I wouldn't be here right now? You'd be
my
talking
God.
to I don't know.
Dump it. I don't want to hear it.
Right? No.
Yeah.
No, but, I found out that my name was supposed to be Marissa when I was 26 years old, when my mom used to work for a company called Lucent Technologies. And when she went on, is it maternity leave for the females? I saw the cards that they wrote to her. Saying,
God.
"Oh, we can't wait to meet baby Marissa. Marissa's going to be such a beautiful girl." Well, guess what? Marissa came out with an appendage. And then my dad names me after his first cousin. Oh,
had a
gee,
handle.
thanks.
You
Thanks,
had
Dad.
no idea until you read the cards that you were gonna be somebody.
It was kind of weird playing with my sister's dollhouses growing up, but I looked past that. I hit puberty, and I'm like, yeah, that shit was weird. But
I'd be
that's
doing
why.
Godzilla. I'd be like,
Well, no, but I mean, I
Stomp
did know. My sister did tell me she did like build like a dollhouse and wood shop for me and all that other BS. And
That's so
yeah,
sweet.
yeah, talk about peak gaslighting right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marissa.
Yeah.
that's not real.
No, that's real.
Okay, well, what that could have been your moniker too.
Marissa.
It could have been one of your
Marissa?
decoys.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's you.
So
but
I
the
let my
Snapchat
so I
filter.
actually I let my decoys name themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, no, and I would never. I actually don't like the name Marissa because of that.
Yeah. No,
That's understandable.
I think I was always gonna be Chris. Like I was named after my father's brother.
You were just
Yeah.
destined to be
He was
Christopher.
I was born Chris.
Must be nice.
my little Christmas cookie.
It feels alright.
Hell yeah.
Christmas cookie.
You know, me personally, I would never let anybody sit here and call me Christmas cookie. Me personally, you know.
Don, are you married?
Oh fuck no.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
no.
Fuck no.
I forgot I can curse.
You can
I
curse.
forgot. I
You can
forgot.
just a whole stream of it. Just.
Fuck bitch cunt.
There's a
Yeah.
trapdoor under your
awesome.
chair, and you're about halfway.
About halfway.
do whatever you want, man.
I am.
Yeah, it just opens up to a furnace.
It's
Jesus.
a fucking furnace.
I make it to hell before OJ does?
Dude, I saw a picture someone made, and it's like a police chase in heaven.
Yeah.
It's like the Broncos and all
Oh,
the
there was
fucking cops.
on Twitter. There's an account that's Satan, and he's like, there's some gloves and knives missing down here. What the fuck? It was just like, oh my god.
The body's not even cold yet, guys.
I saw the picture and it was just like Queen Elizabeth II and like Margaret Thatcher like waiting at the gates of hell, and it was just like, welcome OJ.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god. You know what though?
That's great.
I love that
That's great.
because OJ died. Now Casey Anthony is trending as like the only
Oh,
person alive
shit.
that got away with murder now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, well, now we got her. This
Get the
bitch.
counter out. Yeah, I was just like, make clinch your
wanna-
bets.
See, Anthony's next.
I want to meet.
Okay, listen, just if
the
she
tick-
happens to die after this, I have nothing to do with it.
No.
No,
I'm going to
confirm.
clear myself of any and all wrongdoing. I don't even know where she lives. Somewhere in Dade County. But
Yeah.
that's besides
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
That is besides the
I
point.
want to meet her so that I can like slap her face with a
Oh.
chair.
Okay,
Like-
because I'm like,
like-
oh, you want to like meet her, like
No,
hang
I
out,
would
have a
rip
couple
her apart.
daiquiris, and tell you, and
Go to Dollaritas. Yeah, Dollaritas.
I believe you.
No,
Like,
no.
You're so strong. All right, I love your story, Casey.
But that would be my whole thing. Like manipulate her into thinking I'm on her side, and then like write out a whole expose.
You know what? You
Like,
got some crazy eyes going on right now, Piper.
Yeah.
You are really into this. You thought a lot about
Yeah.
this. Lock her away.
I am so smart. I'm so
I'm
smart.
trying to use her
like, I'm so
powers for
smart.
good instead of evil.
I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Yeah.
We'll see how it shakes out at the end of the day.
Gonna end up in Arkham at some fucking point.
my
Man. Like,
Speaking of like, I know you obviously keep track of like what's going on in the world. Are you into the heavier true crime, like murders and stuff like that? And not
in
necessarily
recent
into it.
times, I have been watching stuff on like Peacock and HBO Max
Yeah.
and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
You know, yeah, I keep up with that stuff. It's fascinating, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. I just love watching. Like, wow, that person's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. You know, you wake up one day not knowing, and then boom, you're done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, and that's why it's kind of crazy to really think like life is super precious.
It really is.
The one-offs are the ones that scare me the most.
The what? The one-offs?
The one-offs, like say like the Idaho 4, or like, you know what I mean, like something that like it's so random. It's so
Yeah,
just,
that was like
boom,
insane.
boom, done.
Like he just went through the.
It's
like,
I cannot wait for
Because
that
I
trial.
watched,
So, like,
I watched the HBO documentary on it, I think, and like it was like, and it was just like the entire attack took only like 5 minutes. I
Yeah.
think they said,
It
which
was
was like fucking
so
crazy.
fast.
He just went through the frat
It's-
house and the sorority house technically,
Yeah.
and just like people sleeping in their bedrooms, and next thing you know, you're being attacked by I think had a knife on him.
Yeah.
He had, like one of those
Yeah,
hunting
K-bar.
knives.
Like,
K-bar.
yeah.
Yeah. Like what the like.
Unbelievable.
What?
By
Unbelievable.
Walmart Ted Bundy.
Yeah,
And I was
Yeah,
like
right?
floating near
Like,
without the food truck. Wasn't he floating around by the food truck and
that's a
stuff?
rumor. That's not.
No,
No, it was not.
Well, he did like visit and then like
no, but
leave,
his
right?
his cell phone like was tracked that he visited that house up to like 14 times of just a few months before the murders. Like he was stalking them. Like he would
Yeah.
drive by. He probably scoped out the area. He probably like kind of.
How many times in do you think before he like had a knife on him and was like ready to go in but like didn't and called it off, slept on it,
That I
came
don't
back?
know.
Called it off. Imagine that going to plan a murder. Say, you know what? Not feeling it
He
today.
starts yawning in the car. He's like,
You're right. Oh, I don't think I could do this today. I'm gonna call out.
Chick-fil-A's open.
Like those are like besides like serial killers like Bundy, Gacy, blah blah blah. Like yeah, those are horrifying in their own right. But like the one-offs are the ones that like are so scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially especially since it's like it feels random. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it is, and like
It's the
we'll
worst
find
thing.
out more. I'm sure
'Cause-
during the trial.
Because the one-offs are just like, wow, it could really just like be me in my
Yeah.
bed one night.
You know, like
something
one of
that.
my biggest fears is like getting hit by a straight bullet in traffic.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. I think
Same.
about that all the time.
I think about
Suck.
that sitting in my house, just like, come on, hitting them.
Yeah, right. Just see like a red dot. Just
Like,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Like thinking
Red
someone's
dot.
playing with my cat at first. I'm like, oh no.
Right?
Oh no.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus, is that you? At least it was quick.
Smited.
And then,
Oh no.
and then when Mickey runs out of food, he'll eat you.
Mickey
Yep.
will be the first to eat me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why is Mickey a cat?
Yes.
Yeah, because cats are awful.
I love them so much.
Do you have any cats or
though.
no? You just have the same reason.
No. I'm glad I never got that cat that I really wanted to have because like cats, they walk around and act like they own you. You know what I'm saying?
They
And
do.
now, I'm black, and it's not cool when I think people own me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I get it.
So
Yeah.
he's like, I get it, slavery.
I don't, but I don't know. I don't know how you feel.
Oh, you would make a great cat dad. You're like, yes, you would. You would.
You know, I thought you were gonna.
What did you think I was gonna say?
I was gonna make a great slave.
For the record.
I was like, what? What's that?
My God.
I'm like, whoa. I mean, I opened up myself for it. I mean,
That's when I get canceled.
better you than me.
Yeah, that can't be a compliment, right? Is that?
No.
You know,
Honestly, is it that bad?
if you had to be,
No.
if you're gonna be a slave, you would want to be the best one in my eyes. Like,
Yeah.
I would strive to be the best.
yeah, they might bring you in the house. They
That's
might-
what I'm saying.
yeah.
I would love to be promoted to a house slave.
Because like
You got the
historically,
AC.
they got treated better. Like,
Yeah, you got.
AC.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the AC or fans, depending on what era we're talking about here. You know what I'm saying?
You've seen
Like,
Django, right? Django and Change.
hell yeah.
Oh my God.
Jesus
my
That movie's
jam.
great, dude. The movie's so good.
Lasted a little longer than it really needs to do, but
Yeah.
that's kind of Quentin Tarantino as a whole. But
I don't know, just the look on Kerry Washington's face when like he breaks the glass and like it's real blood.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
She's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
that's why
Like,
Leonardo is one of the goats. You know,
Keeps it
questionable
going.
dating history, but he's one of the goats.
Yes.
he is someone
Yes, that is true.
I'd be afraid in the future.
Even Dane
Yeah.
Cook. Dane Cook was dating like a 19-year-old.
He's disgusting.
Like,
I'm sorry.
I know she's
Dane-
legal,
yeah.
but I mean, come on.
No,
man.
but he's like my long-term love. She's 22.
Right, long term.
How long?
talking about?
And how long have
And
you known her
also,
for?
Yeah, what is
as
this?
someone who freshly just turned 20 like 3 weeks ago, I still very much felt like a child when I was 19.
Yeah,
like-
I'm 32. I still feel
Yeah,
like a child.
like-
The fuck?
37.
Damn.
Yeah, and I feel yeah. Yeah. I feel like an old bitch.
That
It's
went
fine.
about as bad as I thought it was gonna go. That was just bad.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
I'll be
okay.
there
I'm.
Well, I think
You wake up, things just hurt.
all the time. Knees pop when you get out of chairs, and
You're like, I
random
slept
back
wrong. I'm
pains.
gonna feel this for weeks.
My
Exactly.
body already does that. Am I just gonna like turn into a fine mist?
Well, just
Like,
Yeah, probably. Listen, Piper, it goes downhill from there.
that's great.
promise you. I promise you.
Dude, speaking of which, I got a fortune cookie the other night that said "Enjoy life while you can,"
Oh Jesus.
Oh, no.
and I felt like
God.
I was like, "Yo,
Was can like all capital letters?
No, I-
While you can.
Can you imagine?"
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was.
Very threatening.
It's in capital letters.
Yeah.
I want one that just says "Look behind you." Like, that's my. That's got to be the best
I
one
know
ever.
what you did last summer.
Yeah,
Right?
Like, get the fuck out.
I still know what you did last
just like,
summer.
Oh, nothing.
Or just,
Yes.
or just in like ransom no text, like what have you done?
Right.
Like,
Or just, I know.
I imagine that's what OJ Simpson's fortune cookies were. What did you really do?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
If
are
I
you
did
happy
it.
now?
It just says golf clap. It says golf clap.
Oh my God.
It's like, I know the truth. Right?
OJ, you should have just called your book I Did It.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
what's funny with that book, because I have read it. Because he wasn't paying the Goldmans any money, and like they sued him and all stuff, that they kind of retained the rights to the book. So in the title of the book, it's called "If I Did It," but the "if" is so small
Yep.
in the I that it's
That's fucking
Right.
that
fantastic.
it just says "I did it."
Yep.
That's magical.
It's so good.
Because if he didn't do it, then who did?
yeah,
I was just talking to my coworkers about this the other day. I'm like,
My,
okay, he's off. If he's truly innocent, then who did it? Is there someone serving prison time for this because they didn't do it
No.
themselves?
My senior year of high school, we took like a politics class. I took a politics class, and we used his case to learn about civil and criminal trial. And it was like this whole like thing of like, and it started such a political debate uproar in my class. This kid said something that like made me want to punch him in the throat.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what he
was.
said, but like it was just like very victim blaming towards Nicole, and it was just like,
Yeah, she should have had a neck.
Right? Oh, Jesus. Imagine that. Shame on her, right?
Day fiance.
She has some nerve.
Having a neck.
and it
How
was just
dare
like,
you?
And it was just like I wanted to punch this kid in the throat. Like,
Yeah, it's well, in the book too. He's like, well, she was always antagonizing me, so I had to hit her. Obviously.
like shut up.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like he talks about like beating her. He
Had
talks
to.
about,
Like,
like,
there-
I
it was
had
just-
to.
like, like,
She forced my hand.
Words don't work anymore.
like, sir,
I don't know the way it's written, and like he had a ghostwriter. I'm like kind of
A ghostwriter, like a literal, like someone who he already killed, and then they're like,
yes.
and in the afterlife.
They can't even pick
Oh
the
my
pencil up.
God.
Yeah, right. Like it's a
Yeah,
literal
just like-
ghostwriter.
But the ghostwriter even said like when they had like they knew that the last meeting was gonna happen. He's like, I was really nervous because like after talking to this guy for so long, I'm sure he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, sir, like there's a beautiful thing that you have called vocal cords, and you could talk to her and be like, when you do this, it makes me feel this. Like,
Well,
I
some
don't-
men
like,
you can't like. I don't. Not just men, women too. Like
Well,
you
know,
just,
he was
some
a
people-
football player. You
got an
know,
ego.
it could have been a CTE thing.
That's what I was just literally gonna ask. I was like,
That
that was
is true.
before, right? That was before it was kind of like out
well
in the
before
open.
Yeah.
concussions and CTE like became like important. But I will never give him a scapegoat
Yeah.
or an excuse
course
for
not.
what he did. You know what I mean? So, it's a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
For sure.
be real here, and the fact that he would name the book "If I Did It," like that's
If I
you're
Did It.
spitting in the
Shut up.
face of two families who went through like a real tragedy, and the fact
Yes.
that they till this day, you have people that live and know that no one's serving jail time over that.
That would be
Zero
devastating.
justice.
It would
All because
be
of this motherfucker came up with a thing that rhymed that got him off on the charges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Might as
Which
well
is
have
like-
Jay-Z as your fucking attorney, okay?
I know.
He's a great rapper. He'll
Yeah.
get you off on anything.
I know. It's. And there's so many reasons why that glove did not fit. It just makes me fucking crazy.
Oh, well,
dry
yeah.
Because it wasn't
No,
stored
first of all,
properly in
it was
evidence.
frozen and it was wet, and then like it just leather can
And
shrink,
he
it can
didn't take
expand.
his arthritis
Yes,
pills that day.
exactly. Did you
But-
watch the what is it the Ryan Murphy series, like the American Crime Story?
his
Oh, that was
attorney
good.
literally told him, "Do not take your arthritis medicine."
Because your hands will
Like-
swell, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Or even steroids, I've heard.
I don't
that
know.
apparently
It's
makes your
just
hands
the
swell
whole
too.
thing.
His attorney was just like, "Don't do it. Just don't take it."
Right.
Like,
The attorney knew, was like, motherfucker, if you do this,
Yeah.
you're gonna fit. No rhyme in the world's gonna get you off this one, motherfucker. Like the fact that you're literally driving away from the police on the highway on national
Yes.
news with the evidence.
With a gun to your head, wasn't he? Did he have a gun to his head in the back seat?
Yo no sé. I don't know.
He's
I think he
screaming,
did.
"I'm
I
gonna
think he
shoot
did.
OJ."
No,
He's
he
talking
had-
on the third person.
AC, what was his name? AC Cowling or something like that. Like his best friend was the one driving.
Really?
Yes, he was in the car.
Was he gonna like wanted style shoot through and then into the driver?
Like curb the
No.
bullet.
Yeah, he curves it,
It wasn't
over the
just,
dashboard.
Like, he was not
Yeah,
alone
it's OJ,
in that
man.
Out of the
Bronco.
car.
He was not alone in that Bronco.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I rewatched it, but I didn't watch like what happens. Does he crash?
No, he
Or he
eventually
just pulls
goes
over?
to his mother's house, I believe. And he's
Mama.
like, before the cops even talk to him, he goes, "I want to talk to my mother and I want a glass of juice." That's what he said.
Oh,
Figures, OJ.
Went
Yeah.
full elementary.
Yeah. Like he wanted to talk to his mother and then he wanted
I want a color.
Before I
he
go-
says, "I want
It's
a
like you don't got no rights, motherfucker.
Yeah,
like
get on the ground."
before
Before I go to jail, can I have a glass of milky?
Yeah, dude, for real.
baby's thirsty. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what? Honestly, he was definitely viewed a different way. Because I mean, let's be real here. If you're running from the cops in the car, they're coming at you,
It
guns
looks
drawn.
bad.
They're not gonna give you any time to like speak your piece. Like, bro,
No.
just-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
done.
But it's the fact that he was so in tune with, I mean, all cultures.
Yeah.
He even said, "I'm not black, I'm OJ."
Which
White
is
people
like,
loved him.
Yeah, I mean, he was in one of the Naked Guns too. I'm sure
Yes.
Leslie Nielsen.
So yeah,
Love
so
them.
oh my
like.
God. Yeah.
So when you have these, which I still think is kind of ridiculous, the fact that you have enough, they still have the respect to let him do what he wanted to do right after a police chase. That just goes to show like the words were written
Yeah.
on the walls. Like it's just
Well, and after the trial too, like he definitely didn't have a good time with life.
Yeah.
Like everyone like that saw him was like, eh.
Right.
Like I remember when he joined Twitter, he's like, I forget, someone did something. He's like, well, I gotta tell you, you don't do this. You got even. And I think I said something like, well, we all know how he gets even.
Right.
Well,
you can't give me life advice.
Back
I don't
in
wanna hear it.
2020, there was like this tweet that came out, and it was just like, O.J. Simpson says he'll go crazy if all the golf courts are closed, and then someone retweeted it and said, how crazy we talking?
Yeah.
Right.
It's insane.
I saw him do like a podcast interview, and they were like talking about like I guess like relationships, like what to do and what not to do.
Oh God, no.
And OJ was like, what not to do? Confess.
Oh my God!
No.
Oh, what?
He was like, yeah, you never want to confess. It's like,
Fuck, dude.
and like the hosts were just laughing.
I
Say,
Like he was like leaning into it, like,
he was like, just don't. Yeah, it's like
did it.
confessing.
It's the same thing in the 60 Minutes interview. You ever see that? Where like the lady who's interviewing him opens the hotel door and he has like a knife and he's like,
Oh yeah,
As
I
a
saw
joke?
that.
No.
That was on my TikTok feed
that
this morning.
killed me. That
No.
killed me, bro.
That man,
I was dying,
I'm sure it's
but
making
it's
the
terrible.
rounds again. I'll find it.
like,
Oh, it does.
like
You
that
gotta
man's
see it.
audacity is unmatched, and it's like, bro.
Yo, Double Jeopardy is a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like he could literally just
Yeah.
like what kind
Yeah,
of
like he was found guilty in the civil trial.
Do you think he
And
pulled a nurse
they used
aside?
the
and was like,
exact same evidence from the criminal trial.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like and also like on Twitter, like it says OJ's last words was trending, and I'm like, well, unless he said it.
Right.
Like-
It's like I did it.
Yeah.
Did he pull a nurse aside?
I mean, I would like leave a note in a drawer somewhere or something, just be like, yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like, it's like
the type of guy OJ did. His last words are probably like, I actually didn't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
He winks, he winks.
Yeah, right. His final plea is probably
like-
getting to heaven.
But like,
Yeah, he's
but
please,
what
please.
is-
Open
it's like,
this
what is-
10,000 seconds after I die.
And it's I didn't do it with a wink. It's like, what does the wink mean?
Right. It's like it's the emoji winky face with,
like-
with the little kissy with the
He
heart
winks
coming out.
twice, and you're like, "Is that was he winking the wink?
Right. Was
it a
he
fake wink?
winking the wink?
Was he
Yeah.
winking that like because he's happy that I now know, or that is it? Did he not?
The fact
I-
that like what's going on?
like,
Right.
this leaves you with so many more questions.
He's on an island with Tupac. He's in Antarctica.
Tupac's still
He's
alive. Shut
he's
up.
hanging out. Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
They're he's hanging out with
Having some daiquiris.
Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Daiquiri. I've never had a daiquiri.
Neither
Are they
have I.
good?
You've never had a
I have no
daiquiri?
idea.
I don't think so. No.
I had a Malibu Baberies once when I used to drink.
Oh yeah.
That was like 18-year-old Jess's drink of choice.
Underage drinking. Hell
Yeah. Speaking of underage,
yeah, dude. Oh my god.
No, I
Good
don't-
segue, by the way.
yeah.
Ironic. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like with what you do, you know,
Yes.
I'm sure you've had some pushback from the law enforcement.
Yeah, of
A
course.
little bit.
You know what? Yes and no. So I initially, yes, obviously.
Yes.
But when I sat down in the room with them and I told them how I do, because like I've switched up how I've done it to make them happy.
Yeah.
So like the detectives that I've worked with, there's a lot of respect between us because like I'm still doing the right thing without putting myself in the public in danger.
Yeah.
Because they're right. You
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
I mean?
No, and that's another thing I wanted to talk
you
about
became
too.
like a CI, kind of?
Or
No.
like a public informant kind of.
Yeah.
I had an offer when I
confidential
went to.
informant.
So I did have an offer, but I turned it down.
Uh-huh.
It was for Anthony something or other. He was out in not Point Pleasant. Jesus, he lives out in Pennsylvania. And I went to the courts and everything. So what happened was after my video came out, he was still on those sites and he was actually talking to a detective
Oh, really?
who was also a decoy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Detective King.
Okay.
So really nice guy. Like he drove 2.5 hours the same day. He got in contact with me to come meet me at the
Damn.
local PD.
Wow.
Like Detective
Serious.
King, yeah, my guy. Hands down, my top 2 favorite detective.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's either between him or Detective like
Well, he's always like he's great at his job. He's like, let's go.
yeah. So I fucking forgot what I was saying.
Oh no,
Well-
no. The guy who was a detective was online as a decoy too.
Yeah. So then I forgot what I was saying.
Bullshit.
Shit.
Oops.
Well, okay.
drunk?
Well, they wanted you to.
Oh yeah. So okay. So this was No. Okay. So the first time I actually had to go to Cherry Hill.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm expecting to meet Detective King in Cherry Hill. cool. They give me the address. I see this building. There's no like labels anywhere. And I go inside. They go to suite, whatever the number was. And I look on the little directory, FBI. Well, shit.
Oh my God.
I was fucking sweating. I wasn't prepared for that. So then I was at the table with them and like, we appreciate what you do. I turned over my my decoy at the time. I turned over the profile to them. This was my second. No, this was my fourth. So Alexi was my third and this was my fourth. And I went back to Alexi after I gave up her profile to them. This is my decoy Mia. So I turned it over to them and they're like, like we appreciate what you do. You know what I'm saying? How I do it, not putting the public at risk. It's like, you'll make a really good informant, and hey, you'll probably be on TV. And I was like,
yeah,
no, I'm fine. Because I'm like, this isn't what I wanted to do to begin with. Like, this was an accident. I fucked around, found out, and now my life is completely different.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm not in it for that shit. I'm just in it to do the right thing the best way I can. Probably get enough good karma to get to heaven. Honestly,
which is very like a noble way to look at it, because a lot of people will do this just for like the notoriety and the fame and like the money.
No, you gotta do it for the right reasons.
Yeah. You have to do it for the right reasons, and if you do it for the money, you're stupid because there's no money in it.
No, well, like I told you, like when I first reached out to you, I was like, I'm a parent. I have teenage daughters too, and thankfully, like they're good girls. I'm not worried about them like online chatting. And I do keep an eye on them. I'm like. I believe in privacy to an extent.
Of course. Yeah. Go
so,
on.
No, but I'm just to know like there's someone else out there that's like trying to keep kids safe is
to the
awesome
best of my abilities. However, you guys may or may not know that I'm done.
Yes.
Yeah. Once I move out to California, I am done.
Yes.
Fully retired.
I thought you were going to take down Hollywood.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, he's going, dude.
No. It's just
fucking
he would need a lot more men on the ground.
It all started,
He's gonna get the idiots on Sunset.
So it all started when I went viral that one time, March 2020 with Phil Stone.
I remember.
Back in prison or back in jail.
Is he?
Yes.
So yeah. So that day, right? It was a Sunday. I was talking to a predator named Ray. I'm using air quotes for those who can't see.
Sure.
Ray, who's out in Alabama. Motherfucker ruined my Thanksgiving and my Christmas and a part of my birthday.
I'm sorry.
With the stories he would tell me, these in-depth stories about him abusing his, like, grave detail when she would visit for Thanksgiving and then, picking her up from like her little league or whatever it was. And so the thing with him is so this is March. I've been talking to him on and off for about 4 or 5 months at that point. And like, it was really tough for me to get any personal information out of him. Every selfie he had, it's deep shadows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is, he'll like come in, he'll say these horrible stories, and then he'll dip out and leave for like a month. And he'll come back, tell me how his Thanksgiving was and what he did to this girl.
Oh my
and all.
God,
No, and then dip out. So then March 1st, right? He's back. So I was talking to him, obviously, and I managed to get him to FaceTime me.
Holy shit.
With my real phone number, though, which I never do because you look up my phone number, you're finding everything about everybody. So I knew I had to leverage something here, and I had to leverage my privacy. So he FaceTimes me, and I'm recording it, and the moment he sees the camera, he hangs up, obviously, and then he's just texting me like, bro, like, this is someone else's phone, and I'm borrowing this, that, and the third. This wasn't me.
Panic mode.
And all I'm saying is, like, I got you.
Yes.
I got you.
Amazing.
Until
Oh no.
he starts saying my address, my
No.
mom's name,
No.
personal details,
That's terrible.
which I knew. I'm like, yeah, I fucked around and found out. So I had no choice. I mean, if it was just solely me, fine. But if you're bringing my family into it, unfortunately, I had to get rid of it all.
Yeah.
I mean, his videos are still up, but like that day, what I recorded, that phone conversation that we had, I had to trash it. So I was so angry at that point. I get back on Scout. I start talking to Phil, right? And I'm like, you know what? I can go for a fucking milkshake. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Boom, boom. We do the thing, go to Five Guys, whatever. We do it. All right. I uploaded that same night at like 7:30. I posted strictly on YouTube. I had like 230 subs at the time. You know, I'm playing the game. And I'm still not posting it on my Facebook because it's completely separate from my personal life.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's got like 30 to 40 something views, which was to be expected at the time. That's kind of what I was averaging back then. So then the next day, which is a Monday, I was off work, and it's about 8:30 a.m. Something's telling me, I'm like, because I live streamed the meeting the day before too on my Facebook, just so people could know. I had like 7 people in there, like my coworkers and shit, just so they know where I was to keep me safe or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, I'm tossing and turning. I'm like, I should really post this on my Facebook. You know, he's local. We met face to face. I'm just like, fuck it, fine. You know, and I mind you, before this, I was never active on Facebook. Like previous to this, my last post was like a year and a half ago. You know, so at 9 a.m. I post like, hey, this is the video of me meeting so on and so forth or whatever. I put my phone down. I roll back to go back to bed about 9 o'clock. 9:15, my phone just starts buzzing. Right?
Yes.
And then I'm just like, what the fuck is happening right now? I'm like, share after share after share after share. I'm like, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
The panic.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh, that's my personal shit. My name is out there. Now this. And I'm like, oh, now I got news people in my fucking email.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh my fucking God. So I'm like scrubbing away like all my personal stuff, you know, as fast as I can.
Yeah, dude.
So then, you know, I'm like, I was super grateful for the opportunities. I was super grateful for the interviews. Well, I am super grateful.
Yeah.
So, you know, instead of me focusing on the horror movie stuff, and because I was writing my own film at the time too.
Ooh.
Yeah, which finished semi-finalist, finalist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk
Very
about that.
first
We're gonna
script.
talk about
I'd
that.
I
love
love
to
it.
talk about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like deep into that shit. So I put that on the back burner to focus on the Milkshake Mafia stuff. And you know, it just took up way more of my life than originally intended, and that's when I started to get depressed because I
Yes.
realized I wasn't taking care of myself.
Right.
I wasn't prioritizing myself. You know, I was just going after the brass ring that doesn't actually exist for some fucking reason because I guess it felt good to do good things for people.
Yeah. You're pouring from an empty cup.
Selflessness.
Like it's just
Yeah.
constantly giving.
Yeah, and then I did a Q&A video, and Jameson Jacobus, great girl, you know, she had asked me, you know, you do a lot of selfless work, blah, 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 blah. What do you do to take care of yourself? That one emotionally triggered me.
You didn't have a response.
No. That was my lowest time in
I'm
terms
so
of
sorry.
depression.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, wow, you're right. I don't take care of myself. Like I don't do my hobbies anymore. I don't write anymore. I don't watch movies anymore. This is all I do. You know, I do this and I answer emails to people. I answer DMs because I'm like, I want to be there for everybody.
Sure.
You know, I was like day and night on my phone, in my Facebook Messenger, in my emails, day and night.
And seeing the darkest, grossest things.
At the same exact time.
Yeah.
That too. And so it took me a while to get out of that little rut. And then that's when I started to take a step back because I was doing that shit like on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it went to like once a month and once every other month and maybe once a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just so I can get back some semblance of who I was and like focus on what made me happy. Because I really needed that. So like I just destroyed everything that I built from that point on and rebuilt with a different foundation to get my mind right.
Yeah.
And that's why I am now at peace with when I'm going to Cali. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I gave everyone 4.5 years, 5, Jesus, a long
a
time.
long time. Yeah.
You know, I'm 32. You know what I'm saying? Like I was supposed to be in California a few months before I went viral. And then obviously the pandemic hit, so it fucked everything up too. But that's besides the point. It's like I have to owe this to need
That
to
chapter
do that
now
for
is
myself.
closed. It's time for you to do
have
things
to.
for yourself.
I have to. So yeah, that's when last year I was able to finish my first script.
Incredible. Yeah.
I entered into a bunch of festivals and like contests. I got the semifinalist. My
That
very
is
first
so
script. I'm like,
exciting.
That's amazing.
what the
That's
fuck? I'm like,
awesome.
that's not supposed to happen. Like, what's wrong
No,
with me?
you've earned it. You've
For
it's
once, yes.
it's like
For once, I will. I don't like to toot my own horn,
but
but
just-
like
you did it on your own. You got it.
I did it,
Yes.
and there's something there. I didn't win it, but for me to first script in, that means there's something there, and I have something
But
cooking
you
in
got
this
that
noodle.
far, which means it was worth something.
It's a calling
Yeah.
that I need to focus on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. MVP, you guys, I'm bringing y'all with me. Like, I'm changing that YouTube channel. It's going to be focused more so on what I'm doing out there to
Yeah.
show that side of my life because I am appreciative.
Turn it around to like a happy, like all happy
Yeah,
things now.
it's like,
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
this is what I'm doing. And like, I'm working on a TV show now. So it's like, I am in such a good mental space. And I am, and for once in 4
awesome.
years, I am at peace.
Awesome.
That's
And
So
if you
great.
guys are not at peace for whatever, everyone has their qualms, everyone has their issues, you know what I mean? You're smiling at me right now, but who's to say 2 hours from now before you go to bed, you fucking cry yourself to sleep? I don't know. But the
Yeah,
important thing
Swayze
is,
and Donnie Darko.
oh my god.
The beds of the bed.
but
I mean,
listen
yeah.
to me. Do whatever you need to do to find some peace because trust me, you will thank yourself.
Yeah.
Immensely. And it's going to be, and then you're just going to just feel different about life in general.
Yeah. No, you're 100% correct.
And I feel like creative people like us like tend to fall into ruts like that because
Yeah.
people who are creative tend to be
Yeah.
very terrible critics on themselves.
Well,
and it's like,
Yes.
like imposter
Yes.
syndrome
It's-
is huge.
yeah.
I have like I always think I'm like, why does everyone fucking listen to me? I'm like, who
Yeah.
the fuck am I?
Exactly.
It's a good
like,
exactly.
who the fuck
Who
am
the
I?
fuck am I?
It's
But
a good
it's
ego
just-
check. It is good.
It
to
is
ask
a big
yourself
ego
that,
check, but it's also like
But at what point
you
in time?
have to be brave.
But at what point in time does it go from an ego check to you unknowingly putting yourself down? Because that's what I was doing.
Yes.
Oh, that's what I do.
I am not a
Yeah.
role model. I don't want to be up on this pedestal. I'm an awful human being, just to try to keep myself humble. No, I was destroying my self-confidence the entire time
Yeah.
and didn't even fucking know it until I realized
chipping away at like your own
slowly but surely. And it's like there's
happiness,
enough
yeah.
negative shit in this world that would chip you down. You can't chip
Yes.
yourself down.
No.
You can't. Like, it's ridiculous. Like you will not survive
Yeah.
in this world like that. So yeah, I mean, you it's one thing to try to keep yourself humble, but it's another to be aware that like you might actually be doing more mental harm to yourself by trying to keep yourself down. So it's okay to bask in a win, even if it's a small
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah.
I made it to work on time today. Fuck yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like celebrate the little moments because you never know when the last little moment's going to be.
100%.
And that's what's important.
Yeah, just like that fortune cookie.
Yeah.
It's like enjoy life while you can. I'm
Well,
like,
like,
what the?
as someone
I
who-
guess I got it. I guess I should.
Like I don't like as someone who has I have depression. I have like crippling anxiety sometimes. Like I have a panic disorder. So sometimes some days are better than others. But most of the time when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, today's gonna be a good day. I choose to be happy. Like choose happiness. I could easily like just be like, fuck everybody. I fucking hate everybody.
Yeah.
But it just brings me down.
Yeah, it does nothing for you.
No, you have to like kind of like fake it till you make it. Like you
Yeah.
will be in a better mood if you just like constantly just like
Fake
look on
it
the
till
bright
you
side.
make it.
Let's go.
Sounds
let's
like
go.
my
Let's go.
ex-girlfriend, you know.
Oh no.
Kidding.
No, those were all
Kidding.
real.
It was an orgasm joke. Kidding.
Okay.
But
Jesus,
yeah,
guys.
it's like the same thing with like a trail. Like the idea of like if you walk down the same trail all the time, it becomes a trail. And if you're constantly negative thinking, you're not gonna walk through the brush.
You got to break
you
the
know?
cycle somehow.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta just-
break the cycle.
Well, they say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and
Expecting
expecting
a
a different result.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I played Far Cry 3.
yeah.
Have you?
No, but I spent 16 hours in a mental ward.
Really?
Yeah, community.
How was it? How was Community?
When I was there,
Yeah.
I knew I didn't belong. So I was the nurse's favorite patient.
She's like, dude, you're
Like
chill.
look at this charismatic young man.
Yeah. So like it was like just seeing because it's one open room and I'm just like, okay, I got myself here. What the fuck? And then I'm just looking at these people who are like being like argumentative genuinely like in a dark place. I'm just like, why am I here? Like, I am not that low.
Yeah.
Like, I don't belong here. So like, I was obviously on my best behavior,
Like, there
and
was
they let
like
me
a
go.
cognitive dissonance of like,
It was like a wake up call almost too, to be like,
I was like,
oh shit.
yeah, like my problems aren't even that bad compared to most.
At least you
And
reflected.
yeah. Plus, I also had a really awkward encounter with a girl before I left. Because my little bed area was next to the phone, and she was like trying to call someone to, I guess, like set up a ride or whatever. And she's this skinny little wiry girl with like crazy hair. Like, I
God.
swear, I felt like I was like watching like a fucking Batman movie, and this is like an Arkham scene. Because like, here I am, I just talked to the doctor, like I'm on a high, I'm like, yeah, I'm getting out soon, you feel me? First day out, I'm gonna drop a rap song and a music video. First day out, the mental ward dog.
oh my God.
So like, I'm keeping to myself. I'm not talking to anybody. Like, I'm on my own. And this little wiry girl comes up and is like, hey, come here often? Literally. I'm like, no. She was like, this is like my third or fourth time. And she was like, she was what? I think I was 28 or 29. She was like 21, 22. And she's like, yeah, I'm just trying to find out, try to get an Uber. My parents will talk to me, and just like, I'm always in and out of here. And she was like, so what got you here? And I'm like, I was gaslit. Yeah. And I was like, what got you here? She was just like,
I lit gas.
yeah, right. Yeah, I lit my own gas. Yeah, I set my parents on fire. Type shit. But
Yeah,
but
dude.
like,
Speaking
she was
of gasoline.
genuinely like, I was like, oh yeah,
Oh boy.
please stop talking to me. Which she did, but then my bunk is also across the way. There's a chair in the hallway, and she sat in the chair with her legs up on there. It's like doing this. I'm just like, why the fuck are you staring at me
like,
right now, bro? I'm like, I don't belong here.
Grabbing the bars, like, please.
Right?
got-
Let me out.
Like,
Let me out.
You had to get rid of grippy socks, McGee. You're like,
I would slowly start
You know
talking
what?
like Jack Nicholson.
Those grippy socks were so comfy though.
Yes.
I still have them. I think. I know I still have the bracelet too. That I have just as a reminder.
I was like,
Yeah,
look how
dude.
far I have come.
And it's like, I don't want to put that on again.
No.
So it's a daily reminder. It's like, Rashawn,
California
everything's
is going to be
gonna be all right.
amazing for you. You're going to have the best
I hope
time.
so. My
It's gonna-
friend, he's like, yeah, you're going to be like a fish out of water. You're going to be very uncomfortable. It's going to be hilarious to see you try to navigate your way through this. And I'm just like, I know. I'm not ready for it. However, I am looking forward to making myself very uncomfortable.
Yes,
I
good.
don't want to
you
be
got to get out of the
complacent.
comfort zone a little bit.
Exactly. You know?
and also he should have more faith in you. What the hell?
Oh no, he doesn't. But that's kind of our relationship.
Terrible.
So no, that's our relationship. So like, I've known him for half my life, and he's actually been there like since I started writing my first script. He's been there with me throughout the entire ride. Now, the song that I play at the end of my Predator videos,
Yes.
I can feel that's his song that he wrote for my movie.
Really?
Aw.
That's awesome.
So we're like this.
Yeah.
Aw.
But he knows how I am, like
Yeah.
I'm very antisocial. I have a lot of social anxiety. I just smile my
Same.
way through it. Yeah.
Me too.
You know?
I had a panic attack almost before you came. Like,
Ha,
like leading
twins.
up- Yeah. Really?
No, no,
Like,
I didn't.
I
I
texted
didn't.
him. I'm like, I'm so anxious. Like, I'm like, but yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we had like enough time too, because I'm sure you've jumped into things immediately, but like I like to just get to know everyone and just chill.
Break the
and
ice.
Well,
a little
that's
bit.
why
Have some coffee or
I
whatever.
said like 7:30 is fine
Yes.
because like you want to,
like shoot the shit for a little bit and
Yeah, I mean,
get comfortable and
that's and
Yeah.
check the mic levels and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is
God.
my world, sir.
Like,
Yeah.
this is where this is my bread and butter here. I know this shit.
Where you
So-
feel
like we
where
like
you
to
feel
fuck
at
around
home.
a little bit.
Yeah.
We do.
So are you moving to California to like pursue like more movies, writing,
So-
work in that realm?
Yeah. So, what wasn't a part of the original plan was to go to film school, but I obviously now on the the eve of me finishing in that contest where I finished and me still working on more projects and really enjoying that process. I'm like, why don't I go to school and surround myself with people that are after the same thing that I am? You know what I mean? So now that is a part of the plan. As far as what comes out of it, I don't know. Obviously, you never know.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
And
like, yeah.
You don't know unless you
creating things is so fun too. Like
Yeah.
in my opinion, like
is.
I have friends who aren't really like artsy like I am, and then I'm just like, how do you get like enrichment?
Yeah,
I'm like,
how do you get enrichment?
I'm like, so what do you do? Like,
yeah, and that's the thing. So like, I've been creating content since 2016. This Minority versus Predator channel is only 4 years old. So like I've done it in different niches, and this is just I can remember when MySpace was a thing, and I'm back in high school uploading videos on MySpace, just being stupid and I almost dropped the R word. That's one word that I will not drop. Yeah, no,
regarded.
Yeah, no, I would never.
My regards.
Yeah, I would never drop that word. But yeah, so like that creating and being around creative people, that's what like fuels that fire, and it feels great being in that setting around people like
just
that.
build off of each other.
Yeah,
exactly.
And then like you get to watch like the things that you create come to life and be like, I did that.
Exactly.
Like, it's so fun.
That's why I have my friend who's now out in Cali. We're gonna move together. But then I've also had my friend that I gave my DVD collection to, Efren. We've collabed on so many YouTube projects. He does Twitch streaming. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
So it's like I don't do it as much now because of my crazy schedule. But I would come by weekly. We would do a podcast because our conversations flow very easily, and like we're kind of like one and the same in the brain.
Yeah.
So it's just like we bounce off of each other so well, and we know if we're in a creative rut, we'll get together and we'll figure out those issues like that, and like that just like. It's better than smoking a fucking cigarette.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It
So
feels good.
it's like,
yeah,
it's amazing. So it's just like, that's why like I'm excited to do stuff like this, and this is the first podcast interview I've done in shit 3.5 years, I think.
Well, we are
That's
honored.
awesome.
Thank you.
No, I'm actually honored.
What?
Yeah, when you reached out to me, I was like, bro, like if I weren't so dark, you could tell that I was blushing.
Aww.
I was
That's
like,
awesome, man.
yeah, because like I got that, and I'm just like, oh wow,
I know.
I fucking matter.
Of course. Yeah. It was
matter.
after we finished the last
do matter.
episode.
Wow, people perceive me.
Right? I was
It
like,
was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was after we finished recording, and I was like, I'm gonna see if he wants to come on. And I went home. I'm like, first I gotta get in the zone. I'm like, all right. So I sent the message, and I'm like, oh my god, I sent it. And then I'm like, oh my god, he read it. I was like, oh my god, it's happening. Like, Scott, like,
Because we've had like friends on the show as like guests and stuff. But but to have someone. Because obviously we do paranormal and true crime stuff, and we talk about movies, and we go off the rails all the time. But to have someone local who's doing a lot of good, and to even be considered, we really appreciate it. It's really awesome to.
well, yeah, this actually has a little bit more sentimental value to it because I know this is the last time I'll be doing this.
Okay.
Because like this was like you saw that I unsent a message, right?
I did.
Yeah, because this was like my swan song. So I had this whole plan for you guys that I was gonna give you the last of my Milkshake Mafia t-shirts.
Oh my goodness.
Never before worn. And
You're
I
gonna
forgot
make me
them.
cry.
I forgot them at home.
You're gonna make me cry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We're gonna open
okay.
a PO box.
I fucked up. So
I'll
It's
tell
all
you what.
good.
Even
My
the
life's crazy.
the
What do you want from me?
consideration-
I'm moving in
Just to-
2 weeks.
but
across
just
the
to even-
country.
Okay.
Well,
It's the thought that counts.
It is. I was like, I'm gonna do this for y'all, and yeah, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
I fumbled the ball.
At
a little
least
bit
I know,
there.
like we have it in like metaphorically. We have the
I'm
shirt.
so warm from my shirt.
I know. It's like
I was freezing,
Hell
and then
yeah.
this
I
and
know.
that, by the way, Milkshake
It's
Mafia.
like a warm hug.
What a name!
Marissa Pennington.
Oh,
That is her.
all right. Which
That
I
is
will
her.
give you guys some context. I hope you guys are you've gone and watched his channel, Minority versus Predator on YouTube.
MVP.
He would talk to these creeps and say, oh, well, I'm going to get dropped off at, Five Guys, have a milkshake waiting for me. And he comes walking up.
Yes.
And
the
the
bitch better
videos,
be cold.
and in the videos, he's usually drinking said milkshake.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh my God.
That's such a power
is
move
like-
too, because
It
their
is.
appetite is fucked. They're gone.
Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
You're
So,
fine.
like, little did I know that very first milkshake I took would be so fucking synonymous with me.
Yes.
Like, it was like off the
I
cuff. I was like, okay, I guess
It's
I'll
like-
grab this. Like, whatever, you know?
Did
Like,
it,
so good.
Did it
Yeah.
ruin milkshakes for you, though?
yes. Yes.
You're like,
because
I don't
every
like
time I'm
milk.
down, people are like, oh, grab a milkshake.
Fuck
No,
you.
motherfucker. That's not
on.
what I need
That's
in my
like
life.
triggering.
Yeah, it's like, don't give me
That's for creepy Joe down the street. Like,
exactly. Like, I
for
don't.
work.
Your milkshake brings all the pedos to the yard.
Like, you didn't just say that.
I did.
It's a big yard, apparently.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I hate that song, by the way.
I know. I remember
It's
seeing
not my
one of your-
favorite.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just saying that.
I like-
it's
I'll
not
probably
my-
blast that when I leave.
Have
It's
you-
not my favorite.
Have you seen
I
Dodgeball though?
promise.
Remember the ending scene?
Joni loves
Yeah,
Chachi.
Joni loves Chachi.
Yes.
Peekaboo.
So anytime that song comes up, even if I'm just randomly scrolling something, I instantly get triggered. I'm like, yeah, nope. Because
Oh,
people will
man.
just sing that to me. I'm just like, you're fucking weird for that. Stop it.
Yeah, stop.
That doesn't make me feel good. Like, it's
That
weird.
is a symbol of something like bad happening.
Exactly, right?
It's a bat signal.
Yeah.
Get out of my head. I was about to say that. Right? You don't fucking walk up to Bruce Wayne and start fucking flashing the bat signal in his face. Right?
No, we're gonna turn it around. We're gonna call you like the Smoothie King now.
Smoothie King.
Yeah,
Or, like,
Howard
something
Smoothie.
like-
Yeah, can't wait for that fucking lawsuit.
Oh no!
Smoothie King is a
Smoothie.
thing.
My God.
No.
we're gonna
I was
pick a new
thinking about
beverage of
changing. Now I was thinking about changing it to like the Juicy Fruit Task Force.
Oh,
You
hell
know,
yeah.
Okay.
something
Hell yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
Just to get back at them. Because I'm
The
spiteful.
Tang Gang.
Yeah, the Tang Gang. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the,
I love Tang.
right,
Tang rips.
right,
Yeah.
the booty squad or something stupid
Yes.
like that. Just because, y'all. But I do think Marissa Pennington, she is the one that came up with that idea initially.
Yes.
Because she was like,
Shout
yeah,
out
you're
to
like a
her.
mob boss, like the Milkshake Mafia. I was like, oh,
Hell yeah.
Marissa, that's smart.
It
and
flows
thus,
right off the tongue. It's
it
perfect.
was
Hell
born.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So
It was
So,
a catalyst.
it was.
So your script, like, what's the genre?
So it is it's a drama / mystery. So essentially,
Awesome.
it's about a grieving man who abducts a detective with psychosis
Ooh.
to track down the last person on Earth that he considers family
Oh,
to find him.
Bro.
That's
I'm just thinking about the
So,
concept.
One like
I'm already
humble
picturing
brag
it.
is the 5 steps of grief.
yes.
I actually use that to progress the script and the character arcs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the guy who abducts the detective, he starts at acceptance
Mm-hmm.
and he works his way back up the ladder going backwards. And then the detective starts at the top and he works his way down to acceptance.
Oh shit.
So, at that bargaining stage,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
that's when they're both like on the same playing field because, you know, they want to help each other figure this
That-
shit out. And yeah, that script is my baby.
So
We would
fucking
love to
cool.
watch it.
Yes.
That's a-
If it ever gets made.
It will.
If it ever
Well,
gets made.
Because that sounds cool as shit.
But-
like,
If
Yeah.
anyone deserves good things coming their way,
yes.
it is you. Yes.
God will.
It's
I will
gonna
manifest it for you.
Manifest it.
Yes.
I hope it's a good one.
So one thing we do always talk about on here is horror movies.
Yes, indeed.
And in your videos, we've noticed, you know, in the background, there's lots of
Hell
little
yeah.
figurines and all that.
Hell yeah.
Myers
So we
mask.
were talking off mic, you know, before,
Yeah.
but let's tell everybody, what is your favorite?
So, favorite series would be Halloween, but favorite killer, Jason.
Awesome.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Respectable.
Now, with the series of Halloween,
Yeah.
what's your favorite out of the whole thing?
So I hold 3 in very high regard on the same level. Mm-hmm. That would obviously be the original,
Yes.
timeless,
Yes.
Halloween 4.
Okay.
Because that was the first one I've ever watched on VHS instead of watching Lion King and Toy Story on VHS. I was a Halloween kid. And for some reason, we had that, and I would just watch that over and over and over
That
again.
mask. Like, it's
Yeah.
so shitty.
It
When he
is.
sits up,
Shit
he's like-
mask. It's a
like, what
shit
the-
mask. It looks awful. But, like, that was my introduction
morning.
to the
Yes.
Halloween franchise. So, like, I saw,
Jamie,
like,
that
Laurie...
one was so good.
Like, I saw Laurie Strode's photo in the movie, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, because I had no idea.
Easy, yeah.
Until I watched the original. So it was that, and then H2O.
I love
because
H2O.
that was I believe it's either the first or the second scary movie I've ever seen in theaters. Because I was 7. I can't remember if it was that or Bride of Chucky. Because my
Bride of
sister,
Chucky, yes.
because like my older sister, like every weekend we would go like rent VHS tapes of like these B like horror
Yes,
horror
Pinocchio's
movies and
Revenge
shit like
and,
that,
like, dumb shit.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin! Let's go!
Yeah. So I do have a memory of we were watching Rumpelstiltskin.
amazing.
So it was-
Chris and Rashawn are sharing a brain cell right now.
yeah, right. My last brain cell, man. Shit. It's a recession, man.
Keep it safe. I'll keep it
My
safe.
brain is in recession right now. I need that. But yeah, I remember we were sitting in my sister's room. So it was me and my sister and her friend Leah. And then I think it was like there was something going on with like the hay. Like the hay would like affect him.
Yeah, you had to burn him in the hay and say the words. Yeah,
and then like she was like, yeah, so like does the hay like hurt him or whatever? And I remember my older brother, he snuck out of his bedroom window and he climbed along
Oh my god.
the roof there. And as soon as you said that, he goes, "Why don't you ask me?" And
oh my God, I would have lost it.
I would have punched him in the throat.
See, I love shit like that.
So
though.
fucking scared.
I love that.
I remember like that same brother. He had a glow in the dark Jason mask hanging on his wall, and he would literally like hold me, turn off the lights, and I would cry.
Looking at it in the dark.
Yeah, I just like. That's where my horror movie trauma comes from.
Oh God!
So, yes.
But
yes.
yeah, so yeah, it's
horror movie and sibling trauma.
Yeah, it's the original Halloween 4 and then Halloween H2O. I hold those in very high regard, and yeah, I can still watch it and just I feel right at home.
It's weird to say, but they're like comfort movies.
They are.
They are.
Like
They are.
I will watch any of them. I've actually never seen Season of the Witch. Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a Halloween ranking video on my Killer Countdown channel. 40 hours it took me to edit that fucking thing. Wow, I am proud of that movie. That is the one video that I'm super proud of. And Season of the Witch, I try. So like it's weird because Halloween fans, they like kind of hold it in a higher regard.
They do.
And like I'm going into that, I'm like, okay.
Like if you don't get it, you don't get it.
I'm gonna like because like I went into that as objective as possible. I'm like I'm gonna see if I can find something to enjoy. I couldn't. It was boring as shit. And I'm like, the leading man, I'm just like, I don't believe in you being a ladies' man to begin with. And just like, this movie's just going way too long. The pacing was dog shit. And just like, I couldn't find it. Like, I just couldn't find a good reason to like it. And I mean, the good thing, I did end up posting that on Reddit. And like, I think it was the Halloween subreddit. And they actually didn't eat me alive for that.
That's nice.
Yeah. It was like, you know what? Yeah. I was. They was like, you know what? At least you gave 3 an honest shot. Because I did.
You tried. You really wanted to like it.
I don't understand why people like it.
What did you think of the last 3 in the franchise?
Okay, for starters, I've broken this down plenty of times.
Okay.
They came out in the wrong order. First of all, so it should be Halloween 2018, Halloween Ends, and Halloween Kills because it makes sense in terms of the character arc of Laurie Strode.
Yeah.
They fumbled her many a times.
It just it seems so rushed and just
like pisses me off.
Yeah.
It pisses me off because I love Danny McBride, but what to be in that writing room, I would have put some paws on him because it doesn't make any sense that for 40 years, in Halloween 2018, like and in Halloween Kills, like he's in the hospital. And yet you've got like this fortress you built in your house just in case you need it, right?
It was just a trap.
Yeah, it was a trap. Worst line in the movie, by the way. It's like not a cage, baby. It's a trap. Isn't it the same fucking thing?
And also, you wouldn't have let me in on that at some point. And you let them take me.
So.
I had to eat this dog food.
I guess the trap would kill, and I guess a cage doesn't kill; it just keeps him in there. But.
So you have that, right? Yeah. She's all gung ho about that.
Yeah.
He kills your daughter, and now you're like at peace, even though his body was never recovered.
No.
You're writing a book now? Who are you, fucking Oprah?
Yeah.
What?
Like you're writing a book, but you also live in a cabin in the woods. That's
you're at peace right now.
Island.
The whole Corey Cunningham thing was cute. I'm like, okay, I'll accept it for what it is. Yeah, until he tackled Michael in that sewer and took his mask off.
And also, like,
I don't think no one should be doing that.
I know how you feel about like how they killed him too, but I feel like the whole killing Michael was also stupid too, because the whole thing is he's unkillable. Like,
and for us, I don't want it tied up into a pretty bow or the way they try.
Yeah, it needs to happen that way.
It did for that whole thing.
Yeah, so it would have made more sense had the ending of Ends stayed where it was, but the people in the town that were in Halloween Ends to be in Halloween Kills, and then the mob in Halloween Kills is in Halloween Ends.
Yeah.
Because then it makes more sense that
And it's
way.
also building. Like, it's like a
Yes.
build-up.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Like-
the panic to be in the second one, it's like...
Yeah, and then like now it's like, but the one thing I do love though, right, is the fact that the people they feel the effects of it. Of what he did, you know, there's still PTSD. You know,
Yes.
you had that one lady who got stabbed with the fluorescent
was
bulb.
like,
she
she's
came back.
alive?
Yeah, I'm like, that was kind of crazy, but
Which,
she didn't
the
die on
way
screen.
that, and also the way that happened, like she's watching her husband get stabbed. I'm like,
Yeah.
bitch, run.
Yeah.
She
Like-
can't. She's
like,
got a fluorescent
she's just
bulb
like-
sticking
she's
out of her neck.
Oh,
That scene, though, when he's, like,
no.
testing the knives.
Yeah.
I was like,
But also,
bro.
like that
Badass.
fluorescent
That was
tube
badass.
Yeah.
went in her neck like butter.
It
I'm
did.
like,
I'm
wouldn't
like,
there be
was
some
that
that
would
just
strong,
crumble.
right?
I'm like, that would
he's
crumble.
strong, but is that
Yeah, right?
bulb
Like the
strong?
glass, I feel like that was way too strong. But like,
I don't know.
but I like the fact that they had the trauma still present, even though I did feel it was a little overdone in Kills,
Yeah.
because that script was cringe as fuck.
Evil dies tonight.
Yes.
Evil dies tonight.
I
can't
could
do it.
not stand that
can't do
at
it.
all. I was rooting for Michael at that point.
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
like,
come on.
please.
Kill them all, please.
So when he came back up after he was getting jumped, I'm like, yes.
I was like, what the
Let's-
fuck?
Yes.
And like that, and like I will say though, the scene where he like solos all the firefighters is so fucking
Bro,
badass.
yeah,
Like,
and
I
the fact
love
that
it.
they got so much
Visually,
blowback
yes.
on that.
Visually, the movie, like there were some great scenes.
Yes.
Like when
It was beautifully shot.
Oscar
Yeah.
gets killed and he's like sitting on the ground. He's like, I was just trying to walk a pretty girl home, and like the lights go back out, and then this is right
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and then like
Yep.
that is like horrifying.
Yeah, like that, like
He's like,
they, like it was
"Hi."
visually pleasing. It was visually pleasing. So if you
Yes.
watch the movie on mute, you'll have a better time.
Correct.
Yeah, the cinematics are great. Like
Yeah.
the moonlight, like a lot of the blues and
Yes.
stuff in some of the scenes. Very low light, but just
hell
enough
yeah.
information. I liked it. It was
But that writing though,
I feel like
That
that's
writing is
Blumhouse.
shit.
Blumhouse is kind of hit or miss, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, did you see that they're in talks to redo Blair Witch Project? A reimagining.
The 2017 was so
No, and then a
contrived.
reimagining of the original. Like they're gonna.
what?
I don't know.
They're not gonna. How about this?
They're not going to
do it with
capture
a
the magic that
$3,000
was
budget.
the first one. The first one created so much fear, and people were like, "Wait, was this real? Was it not real?"
yeah,
It's
I
one of my
remember that.
favorites.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
and my sister, like she would tell me, like, oh yeah, it's definitely real.
Because also
and
I feel
believed
like
it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like what also like made the original Blair Witch Project so scary was the like low camera quality and everything.
Yeah.
Like you can't do a movie like that with the high quality cameras we have nowadays
And it was
because it
like-
would just be like, oh, like that's a very clearly a scary lady in the woods. I can see it because it's in 1080p.
And it was like, and it was like the first time something's been shot that way. But also, because
Yeah.
like obviously, you know, I did my deep dive into that movie too, and I watched the special features on the DVD. The marketing was also. They were like marketing
Yeah.
as something that actually happened.
Yes.
Down to having like
Like an ARG
interviews,
type deal.
Yeah, interviews
Yeah.
with detectives and shit
Missing
like that.
persons flyers. And shit.
Exactly.
Like it was
Exactly.
Was that legal?
crazy.
Well, I mean, it's
I'm
just
sure
marketing.
there's fine print on the bottom that's like this is
Oh, it's so
Right.
good though. Just,
like
I mean,
it was
I love
it
that.
nothing. They can't do that again. They
No,
cannot
you
do
can't
that again.
recapture that magic.
Yeah.
But I do have an idea for the Halloween franchise, which I think you could probably execute now.
Ooh.
What if they redid it, sort of like, but as Jamie, as an adult?
So, right here, I hate plugging this, but it's
Do
so
it.
like on my horror movie channel.
Yes.
I was in the middle of writing a script where, because like I would spin a wheel twice, and whatever two horror movie franchises would land,
We
I
have a
would try to
spinny wheel.
I would try to merge them together, kind of like a Freddy versus Jason thing.
Oh,
to see what I
okay.
could do. So, the first one was Friday the 13th mixed with Halloween.
Holy shit.
So what I did was, yeah, it's very like, so my pitch was you had Jamie being driven to a halfway house by Rachel. Rachel's still alive in mine
Yes.
because Jamie, she's acting out. You know, she's, you know, teenage, just prissy, all about her shit, not listening to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's going through her trauma, but she's dealing with it in a very wrong way. And Rachel's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like Rachel's parents died. Well, I know mom was stabbed. Jamie killed her mother. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
So
yeah,
it's like,
that whole thing is like it's
so they
fuzzy.
drive to the halfway house, and the halfway house is the one that's in Friday the 13th Part 5. And have that happen.
Yes.
So then you have the copycat Jason, and then Michael Myers is obviously following Jamie out there, and then I have like Jamie and Tommy Doyle. They kind of have like a love thing going on there. But that's about as that was weird. But
They harmonize.
Yeah. They kind of have like a romance thing going on, but that's as far as it went. But that's what I would have done if I could like mesh those together.
We're sharing the brain cell.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take Leprechaun, but in the well, Pumpkinhead comes out, and it's Pumpkinhead versus Leprechaun versus who's Busey.
But well, I mean,
the threesome.
Oh God.
But I mean, yeah, if you were gonna do something with Jamie Lloyd's character because she was done an injustice in part 6.
I agree. I agree.
Yes.
I love that one though too.
Me too.
But it's like I hate when they change the house every time. Like, it's just like,
and I didn't
Mm-hmm.
enjoy the cut where it was like the uncle daddy thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, I could have lived without that.
Yeah.
That's just weird. You know. But yeah, it would definitely work with an older Jamie as long as you actually pay attention to those past traumas.
Yeah.
I bet
because,
you can
like,
get Danielle Harris.
I love Danielle Harris.
Me too.
Hell yeah.
I have like a
Oh, of course.
yeah.
What did you think of the Rob Zombie Halloweens?
Scout Taylor Compton. I did shoot my shot at her. It failed because there's a director that reached out to me on that channel and he wanted me to review his movie and Scout was in it.
Yeah.
And I remember in the video, I shot my shot. Like I was spinning the basketball. I was like, I'm here to shoot my shot. What's up, girl? And the basketball like falls and knocks over a bunch of shit.
Aww.
And then like I hit her up on Instagram. I know I wasn't going to get anything back, but like I was just playing into it. Scout Taylor Compton, that is Bae. However, Rob Zombie's Halloweens. Number 2 pissed me off to no end. Number 1 is just a rehash of the first one. But I like what they did in terms of showcasing the psyche of Michael Myers.
Although a more of an origin.
It did, but it also didn't make him scary because we understood him more.
That's a good point.
That is true.
Yes.
Like they made him into more of like a sympathetic character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the scariest part about him was the fact that the actor is 6'9".
Yeah.
And big as shit. So it's like you take away the psychological and thriller aspect and you turn it into physical.
Yeah.
And it's like that dude's a big teddy bear. Like when he was like trying to like get Lori's like he was giving a picture to her.
That's like me and you.
And I'm just like, yo, hug
masks.
him. Yeah, like understand him, Lori.
Like, he needs family.
Yeah, right.
He needs a good role model.
It's like Vin Diesel.
Like he needs a good found family trope. Like,
yeah, right. I'm like, yo, if I was in there, I'll hug the fuck out of that motherfucker.
Like, maybe a hug would fix him.
Exactly, because he was just he was doing it for family. Because that was his boo,
Yes.
But like you turn it physical.
Part 2 was
the biggest piece of dog shit that I've ever seen in my life.
It was a lot more psychological.
It was, and I don't like that they made Lori like have like much of psychosis at the end, and she's just like,
yeah.
It's like,
well, I mean, to be fair, it was rushed. The studio was on Rob Zombie's head to hurry up and get the sequel out there. But yeah, no. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that at least his Halloween 2 wasn't alike the original Halloween 2.
Like the hospital, like at least I had but there was like
a hospital in the beginning,
just to kind of maybe as like to like pay homage to.
But I mean, the entire first film was already an homage. You know what I'm saying? So I do at least appreciate the fact that he went and did something completely different and completely sideways.
Yes,
even though it was fucking awful. But I can appreciate the creativity and the goal to make the characters the way they were. Like Dr. Loomis, I love Malcolm McDowell.
Sure.
I love his Loomis in the first one. He is no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? He still has that sympathetic side to the younger Michael, but he's just like, he still has an asshole charm about him. Like there's one line in the special features where, and I use it from time to time, actually it might be in the movie. He says, you must be living in denial. Like, I must try it sometime. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So, I just kissed the mic there. That was weird. I was like, cold sore. No.
That's for you ladies.
I think that's the one I use all the time. It's fine.
No, that's the one I use all the time.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Can we not make this weird? It was one-off thing. It wasn't even like, it was just my bottom lip that hit it.
Lipstick on just from being left over.
But like,
sorry.
But then you take that character in part 2 and you turn him into what you turned him in, and like he was just so no pun intended, he wasn't very pleasant to be around.
No, he's like a diva, and
and then for him to
Like,
turn
I
it
know more than
around
you.
and sacrifice himself at the
He's
end.
like, yeah, wait, no, no, I'll go.
It's like, no, you didn't lay the groundwork for this sacrifice, my guy.
Yeah.
This makes no sense.
It's
That
like,
came out
it's
of
like
nowhere.
it's like, what was the catalyst to make you change your brain?
Yeah.
Like,
he got
right?
roasted by Weird Al. That's what happened.
Yeah, right? Goddamn Weird Al. Right? And like, how'd you feel about them possibly actually making Michael talk when he said die and
I
stabbed
didn't like
him?
that.
Yeah,
I don't
was
like
weird.
that. I don't know. I
he
don't.
shouldn't have a name. He shouldn't have, or he should have a name,
he
but he
has
shouldn't
a
have a
name.
voice or like
I
a
don't
rationale.
want-
I like when he's mysterious.
because
You know?
I think
That's
the whole
what-
thing that makes him scary is that you don't know what
Yeah.
he's feeling because his face is concealed and he doesn't talk.
And that's the
And
thing
I
about the
don't- I
mask
don't-
too.
Yes.
The mask was a blank slate.
Yes.
You're just like, there's so much anger and rage behind this.
But, like,
I think,
emotionless.
but it's just that, and that's why I hated the mask in part 2 because it started coming off, and I'm like, now I'm making eye contact with a human
Yeah.
being. You know what
when
I'm
he's
saying?
walking, he's like walking around, just like
Yeah,
a homeless dude. just,
exactly.
like-
I'm just like, oh no, this
like,
is
I
this
don't
ain't
want to
Michael.
see that. Like,
it's weird.
Like the scene with like the those three, like the two like hillbilly dudes and like the lady and like that was
The
scary.
pickup truck.
Yeah, like that was like when he sits up. And,
I
like
like the silhouette when he puts the mask on. That was badass.
That
I was
was
like,
awesome.
because they deserve that one.
Because like
They did. But the
deserve-
girl, I felt bad because the girl was like kind of just.
Yeah, she wasn't trying to like have them like
She's
know
like, no,
gang
stop,
up on
stop,
them.
stop. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm the type of person, I'm like, if you say sorry, I'm like, I forgive you.
Yeah, right. Right. Mike's like, it's okay.
That's what I wanted to hear. He's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
because you apologize, they won't stab you in the neck.
Yeah, right.
That's all he's ever wanted was a sorry.
Remember
That's all he
this
wanted, was
day.
just someone to apologize to him.
Yeah,
And give him a fucking hug, man.
exactly.
Oh my God.
What's the one with the
He's just a little guy.
That was 2018.
Yeah, I like that. That was
That was a cool
fucking
scene.
dark.
Like and she's just like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that
she's
was
just
pretty
trying to
gross.
take a shit.
He's just,
Yeah, right. Like, I'm not watching a
fucking
girl take a
ripping.
poop right now.
Yeah.
That is
know.
weird.
he's like, oh,
Oh my god.
fuck.
Yeah, and she's sitting there. I'd be like quietly trying to pull up my pants, just like.
Yeah.
But then like she's crawling on the bathroom floor, and I'm like, oh, that's gotta be gross.
that's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
That's gross.
You have E. coli on your hands
Yeah,
now.
right. Please wash it. Michael, wash your hands when you're done.
Yeah, but again, in the same turn, while he's killing that guy, it's
Oh,
like
get out.
run.
Get out.
Yeah.
Run.
But like the fact that he came in with a weapon is just Michael, and immediately is like disarmed, and he just gets fucking like,
into the stall doors, right? Is he like
It's
smashing
like
him?
the wall.
it's the wall.
It's
Oh,
the
yeah,
wall.
yeah.
I'm just like, what?
It's insane.
Good evening.
Like in the new ones, it makes sense for him to like use a fluorescent light tube because he doesn't have a knife yet, right?
Oh, the
Or was he
fluorescent
just
light
getting-
tube was.
Was he
That
just
was
getting
that was-
creative?
stupid.
It was because like, why did he do that? He made a jack o' lantern out of
purpose.
someone's head.
Like he's
Yeah.
like, you know what?
Like-
I put knives into this dude, but give me that blade.
Because I feel
Right?
like
He just rips up the wall.
Because I feel like that fluorescent light thing was just like the writers trying to be like, how can we make him as edgy as possible? Like,
No, but
like,
they're so
like,
scary.
like, oh my god!
Yeah, like that. Some
let's-
saw
let's,
writers
like,
sitting in for a
yes.
meeting.
Like, hear me out, guys. Let's have Michael say the N-word.
That's the only word he says. Can you imagine? It would totally change the story.
Right? It's like,
Everyone's just
oh,
like,
Mississippi burning?
It's like, well, you're not supposed to like him. It's like, yeah, but like, I mean, come on.
we knew that he was a
Jesus.
killer, but like, really?
And a racist?
Like,
Really?
And
That's
a
two
racist.
things.
like you're
God.
meaning to tell me he's even more terrible,
Right? Like, man, what a piece of shit.
but like,
Michael.
Michael, I was gonna try to defend you like a broke lawyer struggling to pay for her bills, but like now you said that and I can't take it back.
And now
Like,
you're in court. You're not saying anything.
Michael, I wash my hands of you.
You're just looking at the jury, intimidating them,
Yes.
Michael.
Michael, I dropped this case.
Right? I am done. And he just like gives him the sun, just looking at it like this.
Yeah.
And he puts his head down and lets her walk out.
He feels shut out. He's like, oh, it's all awkward in the office now.
Yeah, right? And she's like,
Hey, what's going on, guys?
leave, or-
Like, you know, I was just saying it like it was a joke.
It was a joke, guys.
It was like I didn't mean it.
It was a prank, brah.
You didn't, you didn't hear me right. You
like,
didn't
Right.
hear
He
me
like stabs the pen through the notepad in like
He's like,
anger.
he's like, well, if he could say it, so can I.
There is like a lot of that. Like, they always make characters like almost redeemable. You know what I'm saying? And
You
it's
don't
like
feel
sometimes
any
I like a
sympathy
character
for
that I'm
these
like, oh, that guy's a piece
Well,
of
like-
shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like I saw an article that came out like around like Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, like that, like when it first came out, and they were like, Michael's homophobic because he killed that gay couple.
Oh my God.
I was just like, he kills everyone.
He kills
He doesn't give
everybody.
a shit.
Right?
He killed a child.
Right? You don't see the NAACP like, oh, that motherfucker's racist. Like,
Oh my God.
like what?
It was.
I'm like, he kills everyone. Like,
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Right? Like, why do you have to make everything about you guys?
He's
Like,
like,
we get it.
I didn't like that charcuterie board. Like,
Slides a
Done.
knife off of it.
You're done.
Little cheese knife.
yeah.
that line on the pride flag was 6 inches to the left.
Right? Now I'm offended. What are you gonna do about it?
Wasn't
fucking
one of
care.
the gay couple that was Michael McDonald, right?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
plays Stewart.
Yes. Yeah. From Mad TV.
Yes,
Yes.
Mad
Yeah.
TV rips, dude. I love.
Oh yeah.
I never
I
really
love-
watched SNL. I was like Mad TV and Living Color. Like that
yeah,
was
same.
my shit, dude.
Same.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah, like
I mean, check it out then.
So silly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And those
goofy.
kids who like played the prank, like, oh my God, I'm coughing up blood, like us, and then they robbed the candy.
Oh,
They
yeah.
they got it at the playground,
Yeah.
didn't they? Like they got, like, well, that guy's just like staring at us. Like,
Yeah. Right. He's playing hide and seek.
I would be
was like,
horrified.
for real. Like, even if it's Halloween, like that shit's still
That-
weird.
yeah.
And I will give I actually like the mask because obviously throughout the entire franchise, the masks keep changing for you
Yeah.
know one reason or another. But like the fact that like their original mold that they made, like I love how they kept a lot of the continuity. Although I didn't appreciate the mold growth by the third one.
Yeah, no.
Like, that shit looked like a barnacle.
Yeah,
it looked
like
he
it
was on the
made
Davy
sense,
Jones. Yeah.
but I'm just
Like,
like,
he's just, yeah.
Like,
Should we not?
I liked the attempt of like trying to be like, look how like rugged he
Yeah.
is, like going through all this shit. But like,
how can he? Okay, my whole thing is when he killed the chick that was like in the doctor's house or whatever after she got out of the
Yes.
how does she not smell him?
right?
He probably reeks.
Yes.
Bro
Like,
doesn't
smells like
wash his ass.
Yeah, like how?
Michael washes ass.
Yeah, right. Like how does he sneak up on anyone? Because I'd be able to smell that motherfucker from
Yes.
a mile away.
Yeah.
Yes.
His hair's literally like slicked back in those 3 movies with like gristle and blood.
Yeah.
Like how is he not gonna? You're not gonna smell shit.
He
Like,
was
you don't
in
iron-
a sewer.
Right?
It's like,
He was, first of all, he's in that sewer because he's like, I'm not good enough.
Right? He's just having
I'm
like
sad.
a pity party.
Like, he's like, I don't.
He's
should
like
I keep
Eeyore.
am I doing the right thing? Am I following my calling?
and like,
He's like on a swing in a playground, just thinking about life.
Spinning on a swing. Like,
Right?
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
and like,
No one's afraid anymore.
and like, same thing with like Jason. Like that bitch probably smells like swamp.
Oh, that's what I'm
Like,
saying, bro.
Swamp lake.
Like especially in part 8 when he's all slimy and you can
Yeah.
hear him walking.
We got into like a discussion like, is Jason afraid of water or is he drawn to water?
It's so you can't make too much sense of these things, or else
Is
like
he
the
a
world would
zombie?
implode.
Is he just a zombie?
Well, he's a
Or do-
zombie who's afraid of water. Okay. Or
Okay.
well, no. Well, it
there's-
depends.
And
It
Freddy
depends.
vs. Jason, he's afraid of water because remember the water
Yeah.
rushes and he separates him and Freddy, and Freddy's like, oh,
Yeah, because that's just his child psyche.
yeah.
So I mean, but obviously in part 6 when he's literally in that like he just goes under the water, and then even in part 8 he's literally
Yeah.
walking across the ocean apparently.
yeah.
Like if
So-
I sat like a
In the
glass
video
of
game,
water.
he uses it to travel.
Exactly.
But also, like, he's like, well, that could be just how they, want
Like
it.
if I sat a glass of water at this man, like would he drink it or would he swat it away?
He just like starts sweating out of his mask, like to get that fucking cup away from me. Right?
He's like, what the
You're
fuck
right. You
is
see
that?
just sweat
Like
drops
someone
coming
with
out of the.
rabies, just like,
You have a big swallow, he just gulps.
That better,
Yeah, right.
that better be vodka, bitch.
Right?
oh,
It's like, you're lucky to have a machete right now, motherfucker. I'll tell you what. He's, right? He's like, I think I lie detector test.
Yeah.
but there's some people also who claim that like Jason didn't die as a child, and
Well, yeah, because how could he have died as a child if in part 2
he's
he's a grown, like,
yeah. So it's like
The
What?
water has magical aging powers.
I don't know.
oh, like Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Motherfucker.
I could see that happening where something happened like maybe I don't even know. Was there ever a drowning at Camp Crystal Lake before him?
I don't
don't
think
know.
so.
So it could have been like the first time in like 1,000 years where something like this happened. Like you
No.
ever seen
Like
Night Swim?
No,
oh, yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
Actually,
I haven't.
actually,
Oh, it's like one of the
Pamela's
new Blue
love
Mouse
for
movies.
I
him
know.
It's all right.
was so strong that he just grew.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Believing in the heart of the cards. Believing in the heart of the cards.
Like the power of family.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a prequel to Fast and Furious. Right? Friday the 13th, Fast
I
Without a
almost said
Vengeance.
when you're here, your family. I'm like, that's Olive Garden.
Aw.
It still applies.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, you can't you can't make these things make sense
It just,
You can't.
you have to enjoy it for what
it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if they made, it doesn't matter how many Michael Myers movies they make, like Halloween movies, as long as they don't try to redo like Season of the Witch, because I won't watch it because I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. I have a question about that.
Even a bad Michael Myers movie is still better than no Michael Myers movie at all.
Correct.
I will still watch them all.
Halloween 5. It's a tough watch.
When
tough
Jamie's
watch.
like, I'm seeing him. Oh my god, I need to break out of this kid's hospital.
So hear me out, right? This is my biggest gripe with that movie. So okay, it takes place 1 year after Halloween 4.
Yeah.
Right. The ending of Halloween 4, you blow this motherfucker to smithereens. You're shooting him with the shotgun.
That
He
is
falls
true.
down the well. The beginning of 5, you throw down a stick of dynamite, which makes 0 sense, but you don't recover the body, right?
Right.
Okay. Whatevs, right? A year later, you've got
Isn't he like in that with that homeless dude? Or,
yeah, with the parrot.
Yeah.
So
The pirate?
here,
Homeless
He
pirate?
just has a parrot.
so and then like when things start to go a little haywire in the town, you have Sheriff Brackett who's returning. And he's like, "Oh, this isn't real." You know, like you're just. I'm like, motherfucker, did your police force not get massacred last year?
Didn't
and
your
you
daughter?
Yeah, your daughter died, and you never recovered the body. Why do they always ignore recovering Michael's body?
Yeah.
I guess plot armor.
What is he, Naruto?
Like, well, they can't be a body, right? Because then, they did switcheroos. Remember when like the one guy gets his head cut off?
In H2O, and then
That was-
Resurrection.
Yeah, he crushed his windpipe.
Oh, I didn't though.
He's like he's like a Hydra. The more you give damage, he just like
Right, he just-
stronger. He's like you thought.
Resurrection. Okay, so Resurrection's actually
I
a
love
tougher
trick or
watch.
treat, motherfucker. That's
Yeah, when you have Michael and Busta Rhymes doing karate, how can you expect?
Yeah, dude, that's true.
How can you expect to have a good film?
correct.
You know, even when it came out in theaters, I was in middle school, I think.
Yeah.
And even back then, I'm just like, this is stupid. Like, this makes no sense. H2O had the perfect ending.
Yeah.
It was a chef's kiss. Say what you want about the mask. Lawsuits galore. Stupid CGI. I get that. But from a Laurie Strode, Michael Myers standard, and the story and how it ended,
I love
I
that
thought it
movie
was
from start to
great.
finish.
It
I
was-
actually just watched it the other night.
it
yeah.
was sensational.
Like
And
even
then
the
they
beginning, the
go to
nurse,
Resurrection.
coming home and like, oh my god,
Yeah, the callbacks. I'm
I was
just
like,
like,
holy shit, yeah. I
Yeah.
was so excited.
we had Josh Hartnett.
Yeah,
You know?
Yes, dude.
in his heyday,
So
In his heyday, yeah.
fresh off the faculty.
with Scream being like a whole like love letter to the Halloween franchise, how do you feel about the Scream franchise?
So honestly, I've only watched the first one. I don't really care for the franchise that much. Yeah, it doesn't really interest
They're
me. honestly.
entertaining, but it's the same formula over
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
over again.
So I so I hear
You don't
Yeah.
need to see
It's a
any
who-
more of
it's
them.
a whodunit.
Yes, it's a whodunit every
over and
time.
over again.
Like, oh my god, who's the scary guy in the cloak again? Like,
right?
It's definitely already a character you've seen.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, which
Exactly.
which one of you is it?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Tell
like
me.
maybe it's the one that's been acting menacing the entire fucking
Yeah.
time.
like the one that like is out for a vengeance or whatever.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh yeah, it can't be you,
Which one of us has had trauma?
right? You-
Did you,
Which one of you got bullied in the 5th grade real bad?
I was gonna ask, in Season of the Witch, do you feel like people like that because isn't that like where he gets his powers essentially, or like his inability to die?
You're asking, I don't know. I've never seen it.
So
was that the curse or something? The curse of Michael Myers?
That was a 6th one.
Oh, that was like the
Thorn, the Thorn trilogy.
and
The 4, 5, and 6 was a Thorn trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, that reason they fucking hated it because why are you trying to give reason to something that's been cloaked under mystery since the beginning? And that's when it no longer becomes scary. But I will say that Michael Myers in that movie was badass as fuck.
Yeah.
I love the mask. It was the best mask since the original.
Hell yeah.
Even though the second was the original mask, but
Yeah, like they were like kept. What did the lady keep it under her bed, and she was smoking in the
she
room
was
for
a smoker.
years.
Yeah,
and then it just like,
and then Dick Warlock's head was shaped like a fucking light bulb, so it made it look weird. But like, honestly, that look actually grew on me over time. But so people like Season of the Witch because obviously they were trying to do like an anthology thing, and I guess it was just like a cult following type of vibe, I guess. Which is why I'm honestly surprised that it has like that many fans because strip away the Halloween thing, right? Like looking at it as a standalone film, it's stupid.
Yeah.
And it's boring.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw that one.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Do you think when they were marketing it though that they like tease Michael Myers maybe being in it, and then people saw it and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like I was so mad.
No, but they did have the original Halloween movie playing in the bar on the television as
Gotcha.
you know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the exact marketing was, but I don't think the movie did that well in the box office because they were expecting Michael and they didn't get it. They got Christmas masks instead that kill people and
like a
turn their
silver
head into
shamrock.
bugs. Yeah.
Stupid shit.
That dumbass commercial with the jingle. Holidays till Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
It's
I kind of want to watch
shit.
this now.
You would probably love it.
I might watch it and be like, what the fuck?
See, Chris has
No,
a.
he'll probably like, well, it's a tour de force. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are gonna wrap up soon. But Chris does have a show he does on Twitch every Tuesday. It's Wonder Time Theater, and it's him and his best friend. They watch pretty much like the lowest budget horror movies and stuff, but they celebrate it. Like they're like, let's go. Like
I love practical effects, and I feel like a lot of those movies, like Street Trash, I love Basket Case. I actually met Kevin, my buddy and I. We met Kevin from Basket Case. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever seen like Frankenhooker or Brain Damage? Frankenhooker.
Is it what I think it is?
Yes.
100%.
Oh, that's awful.
It's amazing. I promise you. It's not.
It's what I'm thinking.
It's definitely not serious, but it's
meant
just
to be like.
It's so funny and charming, and it takes place in New Jersey and like Hoboken and New York City.
I love campy shit like that.
In short, this guy's girlfriend, she gets killed in like the dumbest way possible from like a remote control lawnmower, and he's like currently studying how to bring like dogs back from the dead. And he shifts his focus to bringing her back from the dead, and it's like almost like a retelling of Frankenstein, but it's like very goofy.
Does he sell her body for sex?
No.
Is that what the hooker comes in?
He's not a killer, so he develops super crack, and his initial plan is to give it to a bunch of prostitutes in Hoboken, and he changes his mind last second, but before he leaves, he has all these prostitutes in a room because he's got money. And they find his crack, and he's like, no, don't. And they smoke it, and they explode. What and then he takes the parts and rebuilds her. And it's, I don't know, have you ever seen Reanimator?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very similar to Reanimator. Yes.
Great movie.
Amazing. But yeah, I love shit like that. Street Trash is also hilarious. Have you seen Street Trash?
No.
Street Trash? It's like this guy, he's a homeless guy. He saves up enough cans to go to this pawn shop, and he buys this bottle of liquor with like a snake in it. Takes a sip. He gets sick and like mutates, and then homeless people just start finding the bottle like laying around, and they all take swigs.
Of course they do.
It's crazy though. The practical effects are out of this world. There's like a toilet monster. It's hilarious. If it's a toilet monster, I mean, have you seen Dogma?
No, I didn't watch
Dogma's a banger. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what do you have like? What's your top 3 favorite like Carpenter movies?
I don't have a John Carpenter list. It kind of starts and stops at Halloween. I haven't watched The Thing or anything like that.
He loves The
Practical
Thing.
effects
Yeah,
also. It's a great
So
movie.
I hear, but like my top 3 horror movies of all time.
Yes. Sure. Go.
Okay, obviously original Halloween. The Babadook.
Yes.
I have not seen that.
And Veronica. It's a Spanish film that's on Netflix. So like obviously me growing up watching horror movies, it doesn't affect me like the parts that are scary. But the Babadook, the fact that no one dies in that movie, and it still made me get a little scared.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit.
The kitchen scene.
Yes.
Okay, I'll
gorgeous.
watch it.
That scene is amazing.
Yeah, I'll watch
Yeah,
And
I
then
have to watch that too.
Veronica on Netflix. It's fully Spanish. I didn't think I'd be able to actually like watch and enjoy it because I'm like, I gotta read subtitles.
Yeah.
When I fucking tell you, I just watched this with my friend Efren like last month, I think. I love that movie. I watched it in. Oh yeah, no, I watched that one at night and my light started to flicker. At one of the points,
God.
I was like skeeved the fuck out.
Like, no.
But I'm like, wow, those movies actually make me feel something. So I hold those in very high regard. So give me the Halloween, Babadook, and Veronica.
I gotta check that out because I've never heard of that actually.
Yeah, I forgot how I heard about it, but I'm honestly glad that I watched it. It's
Sometimes you find
love
like
it.
those like hidden gems.
Yeah.
And subtitles kind of make you focus a little too.
It
If you want
does.
to know what
You
the
have
fuck's
to
going on,
pay
it makes you
attention.
draws you in. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like, I mean, it takes a little bit for it to pick up. The pacing is a little meh, but like once it gets going, and the fact that it's actually based off a true story, it's super heartbreaking. Like the real story behind it. Like so like, but like the fact that like it's like I think it's either the first or like the only like time in history where a police report was written due to paranormal activity.
Holy shit.
What?
Yes. And
Okay.
and the as the lights go out, right?
It's just my monitor.
Oh god,
shit.
no.
Oh, I should tell you, this house is haunted though.
Yeah.
Dead ass?
Yeah,
That door.
this door. This is my parents' house, and I don't like being here alone ever. This door right here, Piper and I, just got done recording one night, and Chris was outside like loading stuff into the car, and we're sitting here, and the doorknob turned, and the door opened, and I expected to see my dad walk out. We both stopped talking, turned, and looked like I was like, about to, yeah, and there was no one there.
Yeah. And then like, and I even
Their face
turned
when I
around,
walked back in, I was like,
Yeah.
"What'd I do?
Right.
I was like, what the fuck did I do?
What'd you say fuck me for?
and then
I
that
farted
light,
10 minutes ago."
This light behind you
here?
flickers. Like,
does a lot.
all the time.
Especially like if we
All
talk
the
about like
time.
ghost stories and stuff, this light tends to go a little.
Well, speaking of
every
ghost
time we
stories.
every time we do a paranormal episode, he cries.
Dude, I don't know
he
what it
doesn't
is.
like it.
Shit, like ghost shit fucks me up. I don't know
his eyes
why.
start bawling.
Me and my group of friends played with a Ouija board twice.
Ooh.
And it was the first time where I'm like, yeah, our souls definitely go on. The first time, for some reason, I guess I'm the one. I was the one that was leading the seance, for lack of better terms.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know, talking to ghosts and shit.
Yep.
You know, I'm the chosen
Well, you're
one.
eloquent. You can,
Yes.
If
Yeah.
anyone had to
Hell
speak to ghosts,
yeah.
So it was
They're like, he's friendly. We like him.
Yeah, right.
Let's go.
I fuck with this guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first time we're at my friend Matt's house, and it was the most hilarious thing. One, we ended up talking to one of my friends. His grandma had recently passed, and she came through.
Ooh.
So that was like on a more emotional side of things.
Yeah.
But then what really freaked us out was the fucking television popped on by itself, and it was nothing but white noise.
Oh, like Poltergeist?
Yeah.
Nope.
Scared
put
the
my shoes
shit
on.
out of us, right?
Oh.
So then that was the first time, right? The second time, we ended up throwing that Ouija board in the river.
As you
Sorry, in the lake. True story. We did. They buried it with a brick and my undershirt. They tied it around it and we sank it in the lake. Except played a really bad prank on them because I act like I got possessed. So they were looking up like I think it was like a Gaelic like Catholic thing to say to like rid me of this
how
ghost.
are we gonna tell his mom?
Right,
That,
that I was possessed. Right, so they had they read that they had to take an article of clothing,
Oh God.
tie it to it, and then sink it.
How
So
are you not laughing?
well, my major in film school is going to be acting.
yeah, you got to pull it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go Daniel Day-Lewis on him.
I can cry on command. So
I don't want to make you cry.
Just tell me a ghost story. I can cry on command.
Yeah. She's right behind you.
I really don't. No, because when I do it, it's like the waterworks are
And
like
then
real.
And then you're like, shit, I can't turn it off.
Yeah, like I will get like I would feel. Yeah,
my
no,
God.
Okay,
That's
we
what
won't,
I'm
we
saying.
won't,
But anyway.
we won't ask you to do it. Okay,
Yeah, no.
I believe you.
Because I have to go to a place where I genuinely get depressed.
No.
So-
No.
This is
We don't want that for you.
even despite the horrible shit we talk about, this is a happy space.
Yeah.
So we sunk that. So then the second one, we went to Toys R Us. We got another one,
Of course.
and then the
I love
second
that
one,
you sell it at Toys R Us.
yeah. So
My
I'm just
kids
like-
have one, and I'm like, I don't
But
think I
like
want
we
you to
didn't think it
play
would work, but it did. So yeah, we had it in the second night. So one of my friends, his granddad was in the Mafia.
that. Oh,
Not Milkshake.
No.
okay.
So I'm leaving names out of this, but there was a
Yes.
point in time where there may or may not have been a dead body in a trash bag in the garage. But that's besides the point. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yummy.
yeah. So this time around, we're in contact with an entity. Don't remember what his name was. I think it started with a V. He was telling me how he was in New York and he got killed with an axe.
Ooh.
So then my friend had asked his grandpa about that situation, and the granddad said, "Mind your own fucking business."
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine he's like, I gotta take you two out now.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
And that was
You
the
know
last
too
time
much.
we've ever fucked with the Ouija board.
Oh my
that's
God.
crazy.
I don't think I ever have. To be
I
honest.
have at like 16 years old because I was like, I like all the witchy stuff. We're cool. So like me and my friend, we went to a cemetery
Oh.
with a Ouija board
Oh, that's bold.
at nighttime
Fuck that.
and like played with it.
That sounds like a vibe.
And like we're like looking,
Fuck that.
we're like, look for a name. Like, who do you want to talk to?
No.
Like, yeah,
No shot.
And I don't like. It was just like we probably chickened out within 5 minutes, and like we're like, never mind. Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
And then, but it was just like, oh, that was scary.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I got my kids a Ouija board for Christmas a few years ago. They played with it like once, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want you to do that anymore.
Yeah, no, especially if you don't say goodbye.
Yeah, you have to do like the.
Yeah, you actually have to.
Also,
Or else it's still open,
also
right? That's what
I
they
can
say.
be
Yep.
8 years old to summon a demon, but I have to be 21 to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what
you're
the
right.
Yeah.
fuck?
Like a Spencer's. They should
But like the Ouija boards are like 8 years and up. Like,
Yeah.
why is that a thing?
No.
they shouldn't. Let's just come on. Let's
Which
just
it's
not. What are we
crazy
doing?
that is a mainstream toy.
Yeah.
Like talk to dead people.
Yeah, that
that's
shit.
fun.
Hey.
Like you're just asking for some
Yeah.
shit to
Have
happen to
something
you.
attached to you until you're in your forever box.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I mean, I definitely do
wild.
believe in that shit.
yeah.
Even when my grandma passed away in 2018, I felt a lot of guilt because like I was working a lot at the time, and my mom's like, "Hey, come visit her at the hospice." You know, I'm like, soon. I'm just tired. I kept push it off. She dies. So much guilt, right? So from time to time, I would have like the sleep paralysis thing, and anytime you have sleep paralysis, it's always the most terrifying thing
I've had
ever,
it
right?
twice.
Yeah.
I've had it
I've-
twice,
yes.
I've had it once.
and I do not recommend it.
So, you know, I'm working 65, 70 hours a week, so I'm always exhausted. Sundays was like my only day off, and I would always get them on Sundays when I'm randomly taking a nap in the middle of the day because I'm so tired. After she died, I don't know if it was the following weekend or the weekend after that, she came to me. And I remember I'm laying on my bed, I have my laptop open, I have my tower fan on, right? But my laptop is blocking the fan, so I don't feel anything on my face. No breeze or whatever. I just felt this super comforting, like just feeling, and I felt like the breeze. I'm just like, what the fuck? And it's my grandmother and her younger self, and she's like, I'm laying on my stomach, and she's like rubbing my shoulders like this to comfort me. She's like, it's okay,
Yeah.
it's fine, like it's okay. And ever since then, anytime I have sleep paralysis, it's never scary anymore.
That's good.
She's just like I don't want you to feel that way.
Exactly.
I want like
But the fact that I'm just like, what the and like I told my mom about that. My mom's like tearing up because she's still like, you know, it's
yeah, it's still fresh.
you know, and even till this day, she still gets emotional over it. I mean, you have one mom, you know what I mean? So
Of course.
yeah, and so I see her. She comes to me
Yeah, no.
every once in a while.
They do. I've
but
100%
like
believe that.
every time it's just like I've always had the sleep paralysis. I've been doing this job for 6 years, and I've been dealing with it every single Sunday, and it's always fucking scary. But the one time she comes, and now it's the most peaceful thing every time. Even when she doesn't visit me, I'm just like, wow, like
Yeah, you don't really hear the side of it, like the positive side of, you know, because I've only heard horror stories from sleep paralysis.
right.
But it's
mine,
like,
yeah, I think mine was like
you don't, you know.
Yeah,
I-
mine
mine-
was strange, and it was like, oh, okay.
mine was like I woke up, like my eyes were open, and I was like, something scary is about to happen. Something scary is about to happen, and I'm like, there's gonna be a ghost. There's gonna be a ghost, and next thing you know, I'm like, I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so yeah.
I like apparently was screaming during mine, and
Jesus.
like my brother was just like, are you okay? Like he like when I came to, like he replaced like the scary little figure in my door, and he was just like, are you all right? And I was just like, now I am.
What was
Like,
that?
hi.
I've recorded myself one Sunday on my phone just to see like what the fuck happens, and like I just remember just like seeing like my eyes just like moving all around, and I would call out to my mom. I'm like, Mom, Mom.
Oh, that fucks me up, man. I remember screaming like, "Wake me up!" I was like, "Wake me up!"
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
please.
you can't like you physically like. I couldn't.
And then, you try to like move your fingers and like wiggle your toes and just try to like fight out of it.
Yeah.
But
It
yeah.
feels like
Wild.
someone's like, it's like there's anchors.
Yeah.
And you're in water.
Yeah.
It's like
There's like
scary.
this fucking big ass demon just sitting on your chest looking
Yeah.
at you.
It's like,
Right. Hey. Right.
Hard.
But yeah, I was like, Mom.
Oh my god.
Mom. And then like I just remember just like kicking out of it. And I'm like, yo, fuck that noise.
It's so interesting.
And it was only like 5 minutes, but it felt like a half hour.
Because the first time I had it, I remember like I was having like a dream, and I remember the dream, like my room faded and my dream was in the center, and then eventually it was almost like it disappeared and I could see my ceiling, and then I woke up. But the second time, I remember when I opened my eyes, I knew exactly, I knew it was sleep paralysis, but it was still like, it was just bizarre. You know, it's just so different. I mean, like you're paralyzed. You're like looking around, but like you can't do anything.
Yeah, you can't
are
do
completely
anything.
defenseless.
Can't say
It's
anything.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Really is
Horrifying.
interesting, dude.
just goes to show like how strong the brain is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker.
It's like, oh, your body's asleep, but I'm up.
Yeah, right. I'm up and you are fucking me up right now.
Like, is that evolution or is that just an interesting mutation we have? Like the ability to have sleep paralysis.
it's inevitable that it has to be evolutionary because that's just what every race is just evolution after evolution.
Yeah.
So it's just that's just how it.
Because I don't think it's something that you would use for survival. It doesn't really make sense
No.
necessarily.
No, hell no.
No.
Because
It's like, our brains are
circumstance.
so active and so just you try to go to sleep, like it takes me like a half hour because I'm like, oh, let me replay,
yeah.
my high school years.
Yeah, and it's
It takes me, like,
it's a misfire.
hours
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
end to try to
it
go to
definitely
sleep.
is.
It's a
Yeah.
misfire in the brain. That's all.
It's crazy. Like I'll be like around like 11:30, like okay, I'm gonna go to bed, and like next thing I know it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, oh hi.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank God for like melatonin and stuff because
I once
can't.
took 90 milligrams of melatonin and I was still up. I was just like, whoa.
That shit does not work on me.
I was just,
Yeah.
it
Never
doesn't work
tried
on
it.
me either.
It does like it does and it doesn't sometimes. But I'm also the asshole who's drinking iced coffee with it at nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why isn't it working?
You deserve it. Got
Yeah,
it.
I do. But I
You do it
think
to
I
yourself.
switched over to like ZQL or like Unisom, and like that it takes like an hour. So I know I'm like, all right, I'll take it at like 11:30, and then but then when it hits, I'm like, oh god, I'm going down.
Yeah.
Good night.
It's the best sleep ever.
Maybe I
Yeah.
can
Right.
try that
It's like,
then.
Yeah,
all
like I
cozy.
feel like when
You
I
just gotta make sure you have plenty of time to sleep it off.
like when I dream the most, I feel like it's when I wake up, and I really do wake up. But when I wake up and go back to sleep, usually I feel like that's when I dream the most. I wonder if like it's my brain is primed, or if I'm still in like some kind of sleep state, and I just wake up, have a drink of water, and go back to sleep.
Well, like I don't know what this is, but like recently, like I've been dreaming, and like I'll wake up and I know I've been dreaming, but I've been forgetting my dreams all the time, which is weird because before that I remembered my dreams in perfect detail, but now I just
Really?
like forget all of them.
Well, have
and
you
I'm
ever
like,
thought about like writing it down like the moment you wake
Yeah.
up, like in a notes app? Because that's
I recommend it.
that's where a lot of my actually
That's-
film ideas come from. I actually dream about it.
David
That's
Lynch
something
too.
that
He's
I've
done a lot of
been-
that stuff over the years.
that's something I've been considering. I don't know why I haven't started
Well,
yet. but I'm
like I said, I
you
have
know.
that.
Good idea.
I have very, very, very vivid dreams, and I had one that I was like, "That's gonna be a movie." And like I told him about it, I'm like, "It's awesome."
yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I can execute it, so I'd have to give the idea to someone. But I will. Like, I'm like, just give me like a credit. Just yeah. But I actually had a dream like last night that Chris forgot to show up today. And I was like, what am I gonna do? Because like he sets up all the equipment and stuff, and I was like,
And then you text him all angry and shit.
And I'm like,
Motherfucker, you better show up.
You're fucking finished.
Like,
if you
he-
right here.
he's an incredible artist, and like he draws all the time. So I'm like, and I was like,
I
and
do lose track of time sometimes.
You do. And sometimes he'll take him days to see a message. I text him the other day. I was like, thank you. And then 2 days later, he's like, you're welcome. I'm like,
Monday.
you're an ass.
That's how we do
Sorry.
it.
But I was like,
do
where?
get back.
I was like, where are you? He's here. And he's like, and hours go by. I'm like, all right, we'll just do it without him. And I don't know how I set everything up. I figured it out. But then I'm like, where were you? He's like, oh, I was drawing.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Was I there?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. But I showed
I like to know I am punctual in the dream world too.
Right.
Yes, you're always.
I'm always on time.
Even in
like,
dreams.
Yeah, right.
Mine was like, I
fucking
showed
go,
up
I'm
like,
winning.
in my pajamas. No
That's
makeup
her
on.
fucking Freddy Krueger nightmare. She fucking like late for work or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh god, no.
Getting a B.
Who needs a boiler room, right?
What do you mean it's 2 o'clock?
Oh my god! Oh my
It's
god!
not 1:30?
I can't clock in. It's not working. Right? And then Freddy's like not even killing you. He's watching you. Just want to fucking kill yourself.
Take it easy, bitch.
Yeah, right. Jesus Christ.
He's like, you're gonna die, bitch. And she doesn't hear him, and he's like, I said you're gonna die, bitch.
She's like, one fucking second. I'm trying to clock in.
Who deleted the app that we used to clock in off my phone?
My Face ID's not working. My Face ID's not working.
Where's home base?
Freddie, can you help me out? Download this app.
Oh my god.
It's like, what the fuck?
He's helping you troubleshoot.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
So
wait,
you-
wait.
Who slashed all my tires?
So you can't send emails? Okay, let me see what the problem is.
He's trying to swipe, and he just can't. The
Yeah,
claws.
he's got the finger. Yeah, he's got the
Scratching the
claws.
fucking phone up.
Right. So you have insurance, right? Okay. Right.
I just
an
wake up
box.
and you can see the motherboard in my phone from how scratched up it is. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's like, yeah.
How did you feel about the one Freddy that wasn't Robert Englund? The guy from
Well, he was supposed to be the original. So I felt. So I did see that in the theater.
That was the remake.
Yeah, the remake. I was the only person in the theater to not jump once. Yeah. So the movie itself, forgettable.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do like the twist on Freddy and how sinister he is. Because that's where Robert Englund's kind of lost himself. Well, lost the core
He's
of the
more
character.
of a he's just more of like a cartoon character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where it's just
Bugs
like,
Bunny or some shit.
and that's like my oldest brother, like Freddy's his favorite because of all that. And I'm like, I mean,
Yeah.
I could see it, you know, like
Yeah.
that shit's terrifying. Motherfucker burnt to pieces. Now he's fucking
Like
roasting you and
it looks like
bullying
a
you and
pizza.
shit. Yeah.
Head on her feet.
Oh, I'm like, you're burnt. You look like shit. You're bullying me, right? Bitch.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like,
You're just jealous.
Like,
What?
do you need some Cetaphil? Like,
But I will say, Wes Craven's New Nightmare was the only one to actually scare me growing up.
That's the earthquake one, right?
Yeah, that's the first one I've ever watched.
I don't
Really?
know. I
Yeah.
don't know if this makes me weird, but I love listening to horror movie themes, just by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And Nightmare on Elm Street, it's just it's so iconic. I'm like, yes.
Yes, that.
If I hit shuffle on my playlist and then it's the first one
Oh
to
yeah,
come
that's
up,
dope
I'm
as
like,
fuck.
yes.
Yeah, I love that. The Candyman theme is amazing, and
Yes.
obviously
Yes.
Halloween.
And
Candyman
and
is.
Tubular Bells.
Oh. I've been playing.
I'm
I don't
like,
know if you
yes.
know. There is a Halloween game now.
Like the Candy Crush type of thing, right?
Yes.
I just
Really?
downloaded that.
I need to
I was
download
playing
it
it
still.
all day yesterday. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me download it.
I
Right now.
actually get scared when Michael starts coming
Am
down
I
the
allowed to-
stairs closer and closer. I'm like,
I know.
bro, go on,
I
bro.
only have 5 steps left.
Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck, yeah,
Am I-
that game.
Will I get copyrighted if I play the music?
Probably depending on where you upload it.
Maybe.
If anything, I, can
don't
slow
know.
that segment down a
Okay.
little.
Nah,
Or
it's
like,
fine. Come
Well,
for me.
usually like anything less than like 15 seconds, you
Wait, is
usually
it
get a
gonna-
pass. Usually.
yeah, worst
But, like,
case,
if
we
you
upload it.
go-
If it doesn't upload, I'll
Wait.
We'll
rip it
play
out.
it for 16 seconds.
Oh yeah.
16.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, it was 15.25 seconds. Actually,
Nerd emoji.
here's your copyright.
Actually, according to my calculations.
It's copyright.
Oh wait, I turned the music off because I didn't want to scare myself at nighttime.
That's
it like
awesome.
Bejeweled?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah.
walking theme.
You know.
Yeah, it's Halloween, bitch. I'm about to go ahead and kill you, bitch. I'm Michael Myers. I'm a truther, and you're a liar.
Oh,
Yeah. Bars. Imagine that, Michael Myers in a battle rap.
Yes. Yes.
dude, I would love
Not
that.
yet.
He's saying nothing. Imagine he's just silent and he's just moving his hands around.
And everyone was like, oh!
Oh! Super hot fire leaves.
Right.
But I'm not a rapper.
Right. I'm not a rapper.
But I'm not a rapper. Psych, that's the wrong killer.
Yes.
He just drops.
Call me glasses, jacket,
drops the
shirt
knife
man.
like it's a mic at the end.
Yeah, right. Same one I killed my sister with.
Ooh, with the knife, yeah.
Right. Ooh, bars.
Fuck you, Judith.
Yeah, fuck. Yo, this was dedicated to my sister Judith.
And my parents that didn't love me.
Yeah, right? No, that's great.
Michael.
Right? Just oh my god, that
8
shit.
Mile,
Oh
but it's
my
Michael
God.
Myers.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's just like,
So
Michael, about that last line in the song, do you want to talk about that in next group? Like,
Right? Kill
The
my
reason
sister.
why he killed was because of mom's spaghetti. He's like,
All right.
fucking hated it.
Too much garlic.
Yeah.
Right. bitch, I ain't no vampire.
chewing this.
Yeah.
Right? He's trying to eat it through the mask. He's like, I'm starving to death here. Nothing just going into my mouth. It's
Just like,
This isn't dog.
you smell him coming.
Dog
like,
balls. Spaghetti
you
and
can
dog balls.
smell them coming.
Not testicles. Do you think he
He ate the dog.
He eats the lot?
Yeah.
he eats it all?
I think so. I'm thinking just.
I don't really think he's a wasteful person. I
That
like,
scared me.
in my mind.
Because my phone wasn't on vibrate anymore. I was like, what is that?
well, like, I was gonna have my mom watch the first Halloween with me because she never, like, watched any of the Halloween movies.
wow.
And
Ooh.
I was just like, I was just like, yeah, but Mom, I know
But
you're
she's
up.
seen
like,
The Lost
I was like,
Boys.
Yeah.
I love The Lost Boys, okay?
I do too.
It is so good.
But how do you
Yes.
see The Lost Boys but you've never seen Halloween?
Exactly. And
Love
I was
Lost
just
Boys.
like, but Mom, like, I know you're a big dog lover, but I have to tell you, like, before his killing
Chester gets
spree,
it.
like, he does eat a German Shepherd. And then she was just like, okay, I'm not gonna watch it anymore. Fuck you.
They don't show. They show him like fucking.
Well, no, they find a dead.
You just
they
find
find a
it.
dead dog in his house.
Yeah.
But then he also kills Chester.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the dog's so annoying, and then you just hear like,
Yeah.
and then you just see like the dog's legs go.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no dog actually got hurt. It's fine.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
He'll get over it.
It was
Yeah,
just
did
a
he,
puppet.
he didn't like. Was
I
he,
hope.
Did he like to eat dogs, or was
In
it just like the
fine print,
first thing
no
he could
dogs were
find?
harmed in the making of this movie.
You don't think that because he robbed that kid?
John Carpenter supports
He
PETA.
robbed the hardware store.
Imagine a lawsuit.
To get the mask, to get the knife, to get whatever. You don't think he could have also robbed like a convenience store or something to get
Yeah, some
actual
tasty
food?
cakes. Yeah.
Like he's like, oh, I want Pringles.
Okay, but like he
Yeah,
robbed like
exactly.
a construction store or like a warehouse
Yeah.
store that had a Halloween mask in there.
True. You mean to tell me they didn't have like peanuts or something up at the counter? That he could be
Something,
like,
right? Because
oh,
you've got like all these tools and
Sure,
you also have
and then-
Halloween
But
masks
also,
somehow.
but also, like,
Just
to,
one
like,
of those,
to
though.
play
but the store's called Michael Shop Here.
But to play devil's
Michael Myers
advocate,
RS.
but to play devil's advocate, do peanuts have the same protein that a dog would?
Okay, that's a very sick question. And I think you need to be investigated.
yeah.
Let's taste test. Can you imagine that? Like it's a conveyor belt, and you see like the knife and the mask,
I'm
and
a
then
crime
right behind it is like
fiction
a
writer.
Reese's.
I'm already on a list.
Yeah, right. This one's on the register.
All right.
Check,
Well, we've
please.
been going for 2 hours.
Wow, that's
Yes.
crazy.
Nice.
I know.
Smooth.
We could talk forever.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
so
how
much
these
fun.
things normally go. It was a good
Yes.
time, actually.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad you
was a
came, man. I
great
really
time.
Cathartic.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
It's
are
just-
great.
Thank you so much. For
No,
coming
thank
and hanging
you.
out with
I
us,
am super grateful for the opportunity.
Of course.
It's a shame I couldn't come earlier. That's what she said.
Yeah.
All night, pack a lunch.
If you're ever
dinner.
bored and you wanted to do like we can get you back on. We could do it like FaceTime. We could do, I'll let you get
yeah.
As long as
settled.
the technology's up there and it doesn't
Yes.
sound like shit.
Yes,
Sure.
of course. we don't
as
want to sound
long
like
as-
we're underwater.
But no, but
Yeah.
genuinely from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Of course.
Of
Thank you.
course.
It was
You
great.
are
course.
Great
delightful.
vibes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
You guys are great.
Yes. You are just
it was-
as nice as you are on camera.
Yes.
Hell
Thanks. That's the first time I got that. That was so weird. Like
She's saying you're handsome.
Everyone,
Oh, God, no.
please go subscribe to his channel, Minority versus Predator. It's going to
Yes.
be completely changing around, once he goes to California. We want all the
if
good
you
things
go
for you.
subscribe to Killer Countdown,
Yes.
Killer Countdown with a K. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Subscribe to that horror movie channel because that's my shit. You
Yes.
heard. But if you want the Predator content, I guess you can
Well, you can
subscribe to
see that to kind of get some context what
a
we
little
talked about
bit.
today.
You know what I'm saying? Little tidbits of everything. But
Sure.
yeah, if you guys do follow, I would certainly appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Just don't leave any comments because I will not respond to them.
No.
Because I always get scared every time I get a comment notification. Is this going to be good or is this going to be bad?
Don't.
So I'm just like, ugh,
No.
I stay away from that.
No, we're gonna.
But no,
All good things.
but seriously, guys, you guys are great. I hope this, whatever you want this to be, I hope it comes to fruition for you guys.
Thank you.
Genuinely,
It's
you
been
have
going
something
for
good here.
a little less than a year.
Yes.
This June, it'll be a year.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Lasted
you.
longer than any podcast I've tried to start.
It was,
so.
Damn, dude.
It was an impulse thing.
I
that
was like,
both
you know
of
what,
us
we need,
had at work.
I'm like, we both like true crime, we both like horror, we both like ghosts, we like this. I'm like, let's do it.
And you
Let's
have
go.
your niche, and that's really
Yes.
great. You guys have fantastic
And then we
personalities.
texted him,
Thank
like,
you.
produce our shit.
Yeah. You have your guy who
quiet, but like,
he's just become more of a
oh yeah, we can't do
caricature.
it without him in every
Yeah.
sense. He's
Everyone,
Vital
everyone
part.
plays their role.
They do.
Hell yeah.
But that's great. No, you guys are fantastic, and I genuinely do hope that everything works out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope the same
you guys
for
are
you.
great.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Yes.
I appreciate
We're
it.
gonna be
California's
we're-
awesome.
We're gonna be keeping tabs for sure.
Hell
you know?
yeah. I'm gonna make sure I keep up to date.
Yes.
Yes.
Which also kind of like keeping up with the
It's-
tabs.
Exactly.
You said the same thing.
Yes.
But
Got
the
it.
person's a bit more aggressive. She's
Yeah,
gonna
right.
Be
I'm gonna-
watching you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be keeping up to date, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Watch your fucking back. Watch your step.
Yeah.
Look at those eyeballs.
Right,
Like,
she'll
she's
be
gonna-
fucking walking behind me as I'm driving away, like fucking Michael Myers.
He has his first sleep paralysis. It's not nice. It's Piper.
Right? Yeah, it's just her standing over me looking like this. Like,
I'm like, hi.
Mom!
But please, yes, everyone subscribe to his channel. He
Oh
is
my god.
awesome. Well,
Thank you, man.
Thank you once again.
I'm not gonna even do our plugs this time because
Plug it in.
Nah.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
nah,
Plug
they
it
know.
in.
You know
Simon
where to
says
find
plug it
us.
in.
Oh,
Twitch.tv/Wondertime Theater every Tuesday at 7.
Swag, bitch.
Yeah.
Hell
Please
yeah.
like and subscribe to us. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Twitter at C Scream Pod. That's C the letter Scream Pod. I'm It's Just G. That's just with one S.
Yes, and I am on Instagram mostly. That is Piper A04, and also, yes,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I just got caught off guard.
and
A04.
001.
Right, 019er. I think it's a red rum. I'm sorry, Piper. I'm sorry.
Go.
I'm sorry. She's gonna kill me in my sleep.
no, I promise. And the podcast Instagram is Coffee and Scream Pod.
Yes, and if you would like to email us any case suggestions or just questions, comments, or whatever, as long as they're nice, because otherwise I'll delete it. I don't care.
Send them to me.
We
Send
are
them to
at
my-
coffeeandscreampodcast@gmail.com. We are also on buymeacoffee.com/coffeescream. If you'd like to support the show, it goes to new equipment. And
Make sure you wear your seatbelt.
oh, I always say
yeah.
lock your doors and stay safe.
Exactly. Yes.
Because they're raping everybody out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
It's scary. It's scary.
Yeah.
Scary times.
Hide your kids, hide your wives, and hide your husbands.
Yeah.
Because they're raping everybody out here.
Yeah. No one is safe.
Not on this show.
Not on this show.
Back to you, Todd, the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way.
In fact, if you leave
yeah.
a hate comment, Jess will send me to kill you.
Correct.
Or allegedly, my client isn't of sound mind.
Will not do that.
I would like to can we go to recess, Judge, please?
Yeah.
This is fucked.
Well,
All right.
definitely, don't do anything bad on the internet. Okay, thanks.
Rest in peace, OJ.